Dogs.
Oh, that was the
It was a Deer Expo.
Yeah.
maybe it was the Deer Expo. Yeah.
Trout Pond.
Monkeys riding dogs. Yeah.
I think it was
Barney Fife impersonator.
Deer Expo.
Monkeys riding dogs.
Barney Fife in case you're 85, a Barney Fife impersonator.
Yeah, not even actual Barney Fife.
No,
just
no.
somebody who looks like him and talks like him a little
And by
bit.
the way,
Probably not looks like him very much.
we've done a road show from there. You're overselling it.
Champy's Chicken always brings you the final hour of the show. Highway 119 in Alabaster, a great lunch and dinner destination. Wonderful happy hour, all the great food. Sterling does a tremendous job there, has for all 1,222 of our shows together here on this platform. He was a day one, pre-day one guy, and he's been with us every step of the way. Sterling is a wonderful human being who runs a great business in that same location for 11 years. It is champyschicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. You guys recording a new next reel when?
Yes. We are recording a new next reel today where we will talk 5 movies that you think we would have seen, but we haven't. Because Lance and I watch a lot of movies, so you might assume that, like, oh, they've seen this, they've seen that. We haven't.
Oh, wow.
Hearts War.
Hard to find movies you
Hearts
haven't
War,
seen.
I have not seen it. Will not make my list, though.
Okay.
It's not surprising that he hasn't seen
Guy,
it.
can you imagine these two, the list they could do?
Oh, I know. It's like it's like Academy Award or movie I haven't seen. Oh, both.
I mean, technically, start to finish, I haven't seen any of the Godfathers.
Yeah, you said you didn't really like them, right?
I only saw bits and pieces.
I've never
number
watched
one, I think.
I don't think I've watched the first 3 Star Wars start to finish. I've
That's
seen
not surprising.
bits
though.
and pieces.
I've seen the first 2 at least. But Godfathers are pretty bad miss.
Which
on my
one
part.
does he return? Is it Return of the Jedi where he figures out Darth Vader's his old man?
That's Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
That's probably the best one.
Is it
right?
really?
Yeah. I mean, in my
Is
opinion.
that the second one?
Yes.
course.
Episode 5 for people my age. Second movie for
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah. Shockingly, the darkest of the.
Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
Oh.
It's me shooting a bird for calling me old again. That is the show today. Tyler puts a lot of work into that next reels, editing-wise, and the post-production. So go check that out on our platform there at YouTube and enjoy that, the next reels, if you like entertainment at all. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Live show now on our Tuesday. So much to get to, including the aftermath of the Dusty May story that broke in the middle of our show live on Monday. Dusty May talking to our friends at the Field of 68 on why he made that decision. It's interesting. You'll hear that coming up a little bit later on the show. Louisville, like I would guess about 67% of Americans, I make up stats sometimes, but I'm going to say 67% of Americans, maybe even more, Apparently, Louisville Athletics living paycheck to paycheck. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on in the show as well. But let's start with something that will echo all the way to Joel Klatt's living room. The SEC's back, baby. Another national championship last night. Since losing the basketball national championship, the SEC has won softball.
That's all the big ones, Jim. Just say all the big ones.
All the big ones. Softball, golf, and now baseball. Oklahoma, picked in the preseason by the coaches to finish 14th in a 16-team league. They literally finished 11th in the SEC, 14-16 SEC record, one and done in the SEC tournament. But they are national champs.
Well, I think even people that argue the Big Ten is better at the top in college football, they still don't argue the Big Ten has more depth in the SEC. This is obvious when it comes to college baseball. Yeah, I think there was a moment where we all thought, hey, maybe the Big Ten could, become kind of the alpha in college football. I don't ever see that in college baseball, right? Like, I mean, you had UCLA, which was start to finish the best team in college baseball this year, and they couldn't even get out of their own regional.
Yeah,
That's right. Before we hear the Oklahoma Sooners, what a magical run by them, by the way.
They were always up early. Like, I mean, that relaxes your staff so much. I mean, they have a 2 or 3-0 lead every game.
I noticed that every time I turn them on in the postseason. In the first inning, they'd go to the second inning, 2-0, 3-0.
That's a luxury.
You want a crazy stat to back that up that I have? Our buddy Eddie Radosevich, friend of the show, who's come on, Sooner Scoop. The Atlanta Regional, he said, here's the turning point. The Atlanta Regional, it was the 4th inning. They were down 8-2.
Yeah, elimination. They had to win the game or they're out.
Down 8-2. He said from that moment on, they have outscored opponents 90-28 in baseball.
Yeah.
90-28.
Including coming back and winning that game against Georgia Tech, beating them again.
That's right.
Then going to Kansas, I think, next.
Yes.
To win that series.
And then Omaha, 90-28. And the remainder of the Atlanta Regional against number 2 seed Georgia Tech. They were the number 2 overall. At Kansas and in Omaha against the 7 other best teams in America.
I honestly asked this because I have no idea. Skip Johnson, was he in any kind of like hot seat coming into the postseason?
No idea.
I don't know.
I mean, I just go back to Ole Miss. Remember, they were gonna fire their coach.
Let me Google old Skip Johnson.
Yeah, I'm wondering because in the SEC, if you're not making noise, it's not good enough in college baseball and in the regular season. When we had Rob Vaughn on, though, he talked about how different this team has been over the last 6 weeks.
Okay, so this was he's coached a lot. This was year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for him there. So he's been there a minute. They were the runner-up in 2022, but since then they haven't gotten out of a regional.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the type of stuff where people are like, oh, God, we can't even get to a super regional.
Okay, two facts for you here. Here's the first Jimmy Alabama fact. You ready? Alabama football got knocked out by Indiana. What do they do, Brownie? Indiana won.
They won the national championship.
Alabama basketball gets beat by Michigan. What did they do, Lance?
Yeah, they won the national championship.
Alabama
Lost
baseball
coach,
lost to Oklahoma. What did they do, boys?
They won the national championship.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it wasn't
Alabama,
if it wasn't for Alabama having the toughest paths to the championship, maybe they'd win one of these, Forrester.
I used to think there is something to if you're going to lose to the eventual champion. I think that's difficult in some leagues.
That's right.
Last year when the Seahawks beat the Rams, I was definitely pulling for the Patriots against the Seahawks. But I think there is something to say, hey, look, we had a great season. We went deep and we lost to the eventual national champion.
Yeah, and then there's this. For those that wonder about the Southeastern Conference, since 2000, I want you to look at this tweet here that shows national championships in the 3 biggest men's sports: football, basketball, baseball. Those are the biggest men's sports out there. Since 2000, 13 of the 16 programs have either won a basketball, football, or baseball national championship. Those are big championships. And 13 of the 16 schools, the only ones that have not, Arkansas's last men's national championship was basketball in 1994. Missouri's was baseball in 1954. And poor old Texas A&M was football in 1939.
I mean, that is crazy when you look at that. You've got to go all the way down to number 8 just to find a team that's not in this part of the decade, so the 2020s.
That's right. That's right.
And then if you want to go a full 10 years, you go to number 9 with Vanderbilt. I mean, that's pretty wild.
The A&M thing.
It's crazy.
I know that stuck out, right?
Yeah, that makes zero sense.
We talk about it all the time in football, though, Lance. I mean, I brought it up before. Like, there are few programs that have done as much, maybe no programs that have done as much without anything to show for it than Texas A&M. They've won a bunch of games. They've had some conference championships, no national championships whatsoever. But their whole athletic program, it's really their whole athletic program. It's pretty
you don't
crazy.
think you find a good baseball player in Texas for Texas A&M?
Texas seems to.
Yeah.
And Rice used to be really good at baseball.
Wait, no, I guess Texas won the national championship, and then they got Texas A&M's coach, right? No.
Texas A&M lost in the national championship series.
Okay, yeah.
And then
he went to Texas.
Okay.
So they've been close.
Yeah,
at least
they were in the
baseball.
best of 3 series.
Yeah,
And
but it's just remarkable. We talk so much about resources and facilities, and A&M has that in spades, and still can't produce.
Well, I saw there was a Southern blog that put out the comparison between football and soccer teams.
Is that
in
what
the World Cup.
Colin Coward called us a Southern blog?
Southern blog.
Yeah.
What was funny is that Brown and I put that together in about 40 minutes.
Oh, it wasn't 40 minutes. You're out of your mind.
But what was the comparison for A&M? Was it England?
I think we used the U.S., didn't we? Had all
Yeah.
the resources.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, all the resources and nothing to show for it.
Never win
Yeah,
it.
it's fair.
Yeah. We were down at Bunkers with our friends at Bud Light. And I was sitting there while Brown was doing all the setup. I was sitting there going, well, we're about to do a show in front of people going to a soccer match, and I've got no soccer on my sheet here. Why don't we take college football and compare them to a World Cup team?
So Jim would take the soccer teams like England.
I had a few of them. Then I was like, I need help. This is it's just taking too long.
And he would read it, and he would say, what college football program does that sound like?
And Brown would quickly search the history of the program, and we'd work it out.
That's what Southern blogs do.
That's what Southern blogs
and
do.
then
Like
Brooks
the next
and
round.
them took it and wrote about it and
made a graphic, and Colin Cowherd turned us into a blog.
turned us into a Southern blog. Which
It's funny that none of what we did was blogging.
No, that's the one thing we did not do with this was blog it.
Well, actually, I think Brooks and them turned it into a written piece on the website. Am I right about that, Brooks?
I did not. Several things we have.
No blog.
Okay.
No blog.
I basically transcribed what you guys said about the 12 countries you did and turned it into a written comparison and then added 10 more to it
kind
to
of a blog.
beef it up.
Yeah, beef it up.
It's very Southern.
Yeah.
Yes. Texas A&M is they're the United States.
Not
And-
really too Southern. I mean, there's no y'alls or anything like that in there.
Anyway, so the SEC flexing muscles. I said 2000. It's really since 2005. The Texas Football Championship. 13 of the programs have either a football, basketball, and baseball. And of course, you guys know, living in Alabama, that it's not just one for those. There's a lot of multiple ones in there. LSU and football and baseball. Alabama's multiple football. So you got a bunch of them in there. Just a really cool SEC moment there. Here's the Oklahoma guys last night. Jackson Willits and Skip Johnson gets asked about Oklahoma being 11th in the SEC, but national champions now.
Even when things during the regular season might not have been going your way, how much faith did you and the rest of the team have that something like this was possible?
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew that the talent was always in the room, and
What
that's
you talking
something
about,
that
Willits?
Skip and all the coaches preached to us from day one in the fall, is that this group of guys is special. Whether we were playing well or not, we believed that we had the talent in the room to go out and win a national championship, and I feel like we were able to just take it one pitch at a time, and when things weren't going our way, we took it one pitch at a time, and when things were going our way, we took it one pitch at a time, and at the end of the day, we had success with it, and we kind of got hot at the right time, and now we're national champions.
I mean, the SEC molded us through the year to what we've done. It molded us. I mean, it's the best conference in the country, and it molded us. I mean, it was a super regional every weekend, and those guys continue to grind it out and pick each other up, and it shows you what kind of character they have when they became selfless. That was what's really special. Really proud of them for that.
You know, I almost would use, like, if I'm Greg Sankey, if I'm Tony Petiti, and I'm looking for a college football expansion where you're not capped in a conference, I would use SEC baseball as an example. Like, I mean, there's some of these teams that don't get into postseason play that probably can make deep-ass runs. When you're talking about Oklahoma was 11th overall and won the national championship.
Yeah, I mean, what could Diego Pavia's Vanderbilt team have done given a chance.
They could have done every bit as what Ole Miss or Miami did. I mean,
or the Jackson Dart Ole Miss team that year with the great receivers.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I don't think this old boy was on the hot seat, but Bianco was in 2022. Mike Bianco, when Ole Miss did the same thing, and I just looked, the records are almost identical, like 14-16 in conference. Now, you had divisions then, so I don't know where they finished in the whole pecking order, but it's probably around 14th. So, I mean, this is twice. This is not really an anomaly anymore in the SEC. This is twice where an SEC team has done something like this.
Yeah, it's an amazing run. In baseball by itself, though, Forster has another graphic here. That's not the SEC already was the only conference to have 6 in a row. They've now won 7 straight national championships in baseball. So when you go to Hoover, go on the first day because a couple of times the national champions gets knocked out on Tuesday like Oklahoma did.
May see a great team.
But you got a good chance right now of seeing the national championship kick the dirt out at the Hoover Met here in our area. So congratulations to the SEC. We'll talk more SEC a little bit later on in the show. And we'll get to some football here in just a moment. In our next segment, we'll do the opposite of what we did yesterday. We did our 5 overs. We've got 5 unders coming up in the next segment. And I don't know if it's just my personality or what. The unders are hard.
It is so much easier to do overs. This is how Vegas was built, right, Lance?
Well, no, everybody likes to play overs. Like you are wired to want to play, whether it's an over and a total, an over and a team total. There's such a negative connotation when it comes to going under on anything.
Yeah. No, I'm with Dunaway. I'm like, boy, I think all these teams go over. I know they can't.
I mean, we have the Bet MGM lines here, and I just started at the top, and I started going through, and then all of a sudden I'm looking. I haven't picked one yet, and I was looking over to the right, and I was down to the 5.5s, and I'm like, well, I've messed up here because you really need a bigger number to go under. So that was hard. I mean, I looked at everybody, and like LT said, I'm wired to think, I mean, Boston College, 3.5. Surely they're going to win 4 games.
Yeah. Then you pull up Boston College's schedule, and they're playing Albany and Piscataway State. And you're like, okay, well, they're over. They're over.
Got to find 2 more wins.
I got to find 2 more.
Yeah.
That's how Vegas is built.
So we'll tell you our Stone Cold Lock. 5 unders from each of us coming up in the next segment. The show today being brought to you by the wonderful Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys.
Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com. That's Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with our guy, Alexander Shunnarah. And when you hear his name, understandably, you probably think personal injury attorney, that's what he is limited to, but it goes well beyond that with Alexander Shunnarah. Bad drug and device claims, workers' compensation, storm and fire damage, employment. The list goes on and on and on, and they've recovered more than $2 billion for their clients. $2 billion with a B for their clients. That's Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shunnarah.com, Shunnarah.com.
The folks at Matchup Tracker put together a graphic about college football games we've never seen, matchups we've never seen. Now, I will say that when we jump on here, I don't know all future schedules. I know the Auburn one that's on the graphic, there is a future game scheduled with this team. But to date, from Matchup Tracker.
Would you feel good about gun to head you could name one? Like, if I threw out a program, like I know like Alabama, Oregon have never played.
That's right. That's right. And
but I'm saying
they're
like
on this list.
But if I threw out somebody that Ohio State has never played, would you feel really good about that?
I don't know.
No.
I think I would say Auburn, right?
SEC teams, I would feel decent about it.
Auburn's never played Ohio State, have they?
Maybe a bowl game.
I know you get to that Outback Tampa situation.
I think I remember watching it. I watched the bowl game,
I don't think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't. Massive heart attack.
Yeah.
Didn't they play him in, it was like a Hall of Fame bowl?
I watched the game, Lance.
Yeah.
I remember watching
Miami Alabama played Ohio State. Miami played Auburn, right? Like
No, that was the preseason. This was a postseason bowl game. It was the Hall of Fame game, then became the Outback, now it's something else.
In Tampa,
Okay.
I watched it.
Anyway,
so it was on the morning of January 1.
Yeah, so
I think
clearly Lance can't do it.
Really difficult for the history of college football.
In the 1990 Hall of Fame Bowl,
remember
Auburn played Ohio State.
I remember watching it.
I'll tell you, I was in Lexington, Kentucky working.
Yeah,
that season.
Alabama was playing in the Sugar against Miami. Alabama had lost the first ever Iron Bowl at Jordan Hare. They were in the Sugar against Miami, and Auburn played Ohio State. There was a hit in that game that would be illegal today. that turned somebody's lights out. I remember it vividly.
Here are the ones that, according to Matchup Tracker, has never been played. And Ohio State's on there against a team that doesn't shock you. But here are some of them. Florida State, Texas, LSU, Michigan, Alabama, Oregon, Penn State, Virginia Tech, Oregon, Texas A&M, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Clemson, Oregon, Boise State, USC, Auburn, Notre Dame. Now, Auburn, Notre Dame's on a future schedule pretty quickly here, right?
Yeah, assuming we keep the game.
Like, not this year, but I think next year, like 2027.
I will confirm that for you quickly.
We're to the point now, 67 days away, that this year is the upcoming season. Next year will be 2027.
Right, 2027, Auburn is at Notre Dame, and 2028, Notre Dame comes to Jordan-Hare Stadium. Interestingly,
Auburn's going to get getaway year of C.J. Carr, by the way. He still won't be able to go to the draft this year.
You know what's interesting about that 2028 game, just quickly?
I think he is draft eligible.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because he was a redshirt freshman last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that Notre Dame game in 2028 is it falls on October 28th. So it falls right in the middle. It's not a pre-conference. It's right in the middle of the conference schedule.
So back to those.
That's interesting.
Which one of those matchups could you see in the college football playoff this year?
Oh.
There's only a couple, actually.
Well, you could see
Alabama,
Oregon probably jumps out the most.
Maybe LSU, Michigan. Won't blow me away.
A&M, Oregon.
Yeah.
A&M, Oregon. Ohio State, Ole Miss. If Ole Miss overachieves a little bit and gets back there.
God, with that schedule. Man, if Pete Golding gets to a college football playoff.
That's going to be about it, though. I think you're probably done. I mean, boy, we were underselling Clemson pretty bad. But
yeah, that Paul's out there a lot.
That Paul shows up twice.
Of that list, which one surprises you the most that it's never happened?
Well, Alabama, Oregon, just because in the college football playoff era, starting in 2014, or even going back to the BCS.
That's right.
Yeah, like you just would have thought Alabama was there every other year, and Oregon was always in the mix.
If you're going in, if you're sitting here and going into the month of July in the summer of 2010, Alabama coming off winning a national championship with Greg McElroy back, with Mark Ingram back, with Julio Jones back, and Oregon and Chip Kelly, and Oregon got there. They lost to Auburn and Cam Newton.
Yeah.
You would have thought that would have been the year, Alabama and Oregon.
Well, and you could say the same with Clemson and Oregon possibly. You know, Texas and Florida State missed each other by about 5 years.
Yeah.
Because, Florida State was just breezing in the 90s, and then Mac Brown kind of turned Texas around in the early 2000s, and so I think they just missed. LSU, Michigan, that's a little surprising.
I would say the fact that Pat Dye
would we be talking about real quick Penn State, Virginia Tech if James Franklin
that's
had
why
taken
I
Virginia
chuckled
Tech?
at it. You would have never included that one if James Franklin weren't at Virginia Tech. Pat Dye went to 3 Sugar Bowls, and he did it in one of Notre Dame's rare moments where they were a pretty crappy program.
That's right.
So, normally you would have probably caught Notre Dame in a Sugar Bowl occasionally.
But it just happened to be in the 80s when Pat Dye was doing that right before Lou Holtz.
That's right. Before Lou Holtz turned Notre Dame back around, and Notre Dame was a shell of itself. So you never met up in a bowl game if you were Auburn. So that's one that probably is a bit surprising.
But Florida State, Texas, with those brands, it is surprising to me they didn't play each other. Because Pat Dye early on in the 80s, he did a home and home with Texas.
Yeah.
He did a lot of home and homes with Florida State.
Sadly, I would say this, Jim, in the world we live in, it's probably going to require the college football playoff to match a lot of these teams up. Like, do you foresee Florida State scheduling Texas?
Well, I mean, all those on there, Brown. Auburn, Notre Dame's the only one that's on the future schedule right now.
I know, and I don't foresee that changing. I don't know about you guys, but why is Alabama going to schedule Oregon? Why is Ohio State, and Alabama and Ohio State are still scheduling people, but I don't think Ohio State's going to schedule Ole Miss. I'm not sure Alabama's ever going to schedule Oregon. It's probably going to require the college football playoff to erase some of these.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, it's weird, LSU and Michigan. Again, that's another one with all the bowl games the SEC and the Big Ten get matched up in. The fact LSU and Michigan haven't bumped heads down in a Florida bowl game is pretty surprising.
Yeah. Surprising to me that Florida's not on here somewhere. That would be interesting, Brooks. You do so many graphics already, but I would like to know each SEC team's most glaring omission from ever, like Florida gets knocked by never traveling to play anywhere outside the state of Florida. They're starting to do a little bit more of that. I'd like to know who's the biggest brand Florida hasn't ever played and things like that.
Do you think they've played Notre Dame?
Florida and Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
Florida, yeah, they have for sure played.
Okay, Lance is back on.
No,
Okay.
this was the Sugar Bowl where Jerome Bettis ran wild on them.
Mm.
So this would have been 19...
I'll look.
92.
92, yeah.
Yeah, that was 39-28 Notre Dame Sugar Bowl. Lance got that one.
What were his stats?
Oh, I don't have that now. I can just tell you the game played.
Yeah. I'll look on our friends from Wikipedia. They actually listen.
Yeah, that's who I'm using, right?
They actually listen to our show. They've DM'd the page before.
Yeah,
so.
it's a very good site for stuff like this.
Yeah, it's one of my saved tabs on here. The folks at Wikipedia,
Great
really, really
name
good.
too.
It really is.
It is a good name, Tyler, and they do good work too.
Yeah, their software, their website design is spot on, terrific. Alabama, Oregon. I remember Alabama going to play at Washington.
Was that 80?
I think they did it in the 70s.
Was it the 70s? And then they faced Washington again in a Sun Bowl or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, 2014, you brought up 2010. Alabama and Oregon were a lot closer to playing each other then for the national championship, but all Alabama had to do was not get upset by Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. 2014.
Yeah, because Oregon had worked Florida State.
That's right.
Right before that game. In fact, the game went so long, Alabama-Ohio State started while the Rose Bowl was still going. But Oregon had worked them, so you're right. They were a couple of plays away from facing each other for the
and
national
Alabama had a
championship.
double-digit lead in that game.
21-3 at halftime.
Yeah,
or second quarter.
Yeah,
at least.
second quarter. Yeah.
It was the sit down and shut up moment of my life.
That's right. When Dunaway got
When
told
a
about
big guy told me when it was 21-3 to sit down and shut up.
Hey, no cheering in the press box. And the guy had on national championship Ohio State rings or Big Ten, maybe probably Big Ten at the time. He goes, "You wearing one of these?" And Jeb's like, "No." And he goes, "Well, then you sit down and shut up."
Yep.
Jeb's like, "Yes, sir."
Which I felt okay when it was 21-3, but that bothered me as the game went on.
Yeah. All right, sir, no cheering in the press box. You wearing one of these? No, I am not.
Did he stare at you?
Oh, you told him no cheering.
Yeah, Jim told him. The guy was going
I'm
crazy.
a classic no cheer guy.
Yeah, Jim loves enforcing that
But
rule.
see, here's the deal: we weren't really in the press box.
Auxiliary.
Well, did you use
the
your
Superdome press box for an event like that? They maybe have remodeled it, but we were sitting out at the very top of the dome stands, right below the real press box, where we are in a working press area.
Did you use your passive aggression?
Oh, 100%.
to talk to him?
100%. 100%.
That didn't work either.
So that's the matchups that have never happened. Look forward to a little work down the road of some classic games we've never seen. I can't think of another one that Alabama hasn't played that they haven't played that I want to see.
They've never played in the Big House. I mean, you can start doing like, where have they not played? Not again necessarily an opponent, but wouldn't you like to see a home and home with Alabama and Michigan?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they're going to check off the horseshoe. They haven't played in the horseshoe either, but they'll check that off.
Yeah, I guess they've done a home and home with USC back in the 70s, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, now we haven't lived to see that. Well,
it was a Legion Field home and home.
Yeah,
I don't know that
Legion Field.
USC's ever come to Bryant-Denny.
Yeah, Penn State, they've done home and home with Penn State, so you've checked that one off the list. That's been both Legion Field and Bryant-Denny. I really can't think of one outside of just a place you haven't seen them play. I can't think of a team you haven't seen them play.
Well, won't this be? No, it won't be, because I think Alabama, back when Florida State was pre-Bobby Bowden, I think Florida State played in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, didn't they get killed? That's back they were 3 years after being a women's college or something like that. And Alabama destroyed them.
I don't know if they destroyed them, but they should have.
But I think that was the first Alabama game in Tallahassee last year, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah. Alabama went to Clemson when I was a kid. I remember listening to it on radio because, they were talking about Death Valley at Clemson night game, I think. And I was like,
that ain't the real Death Valley.
This place sounds like far, far away. I'm pretty sure that was in the 70s, Alabama at Clemson.
Do you guys remember the Alabama game at Temple when they played at the Vet?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Brooks, can you check real quick?
Yeah.
Did Alabama play at Louisiana Lafayette
They
one
did.
time? I think
I remember
so,
watching it. Yeah, 1990.
Louisiana Lafayette.
When they played Temple, what was the Temple running back's name that was so freaking
I can't
good?
remember. All I remember is our former coworker, Steve Harrison, funny guy.
Yeah, they played a home and home with the Raging Cajuns in 89 and 90.
And I remember the 90 game.
I saw our buddy Steve a couple of weeks ago.
I'll tell you the story here in a second.
Or it could have been a 2-for-1, actually.
The 1990 game at Lafayette, I remember it was pay-per-view, and I want to say our buddy Doug Bell was doing the play-by-play, but I can't remember. But I remember I mentioned before our neighbors when I was growing up had one of those big satellite dishes, so they got all those. So we went over next door and watched the pay-per-view, and Doug Bell was doing the play-by-play, or somebody like that was doing the play-by-play. But I remember they were like, "This is the biggest thing that's ever happened in Lafayette, Louisiana." they've shut the streets down. You know, they had the cameras showing the tents. They've set up food tents. This is massive. And then they show the stadium, and it's like a 25, 30,000 seat stadium. I'm like, I cannot believe Alabama is playing this game. What are they doing?
Yeah.
But the Temple game, our buddy Steve Harrison was like, it was in a pro stadium. He goes, so me and my buddies go up there, and he goes, we go sit in the stadium, and it's just a terrible feel. You know, it doesn't feel like a college game at all. He goes, one of my buddies goes to the bathroom, and he goes, he comes back with 2 draft beers in his head. He goes, boys, we're in business.
Yeah, I mean, back in the
stadium.
What was that, 80s or 90s?
Yeah, it was in the mid-'80s NFL stadium. Like, they just kept serving beer.
Yep.
He said, I'll never forget, he had 2 draft beers in his head. He goes, boys, we're in business.
I got one for you. They've never played Iowa.
Alabama?
Has never played
Yeah,
Iowa.
I think I could die without that one.
Yeah, that one's not going to excite me.
I
Brooks.
was going power conference.
No, but
you're gonna have to get a little higher on the meter for me to get excited about it.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't want to go up and wave at the hospital kids?
Well, I mean, that's a nice moment.
That would be nice.
That's
I mean,
a nice
bring
moment.
sick kids into it, Brooks.
Sure. Yeah. It's a nice moment, but I've got to watch the other 3 quarters too, you know?
Yeah. Our friends at Hoover Toyota are bringing you part of the show today. One more thing to get to before we take our first break. Hoover Toyota will give you a break on worrying about your car or truck ever again. They have unbelievable inventory, but the customer service there, including their service department, top notch.
They are the best in the business. So if you're in the market right now for a car, an SUV, or a truck, new or pre-owned, our friends at Hoover Toyota, they can help you out. They've been doing it for more than 2 decades. Not only Birmingham, Alabaster, Vestavia as well. They roll out that red carpet program. They want to keep you as a customer for life. Not only in the buying experience, but as Dunaway said, parts and service as well. Stop in, see Scott and the fine folks there, located conveniently Highway 150. Tell them the next round sent you. You can always go on to check out more information on their on-site finance department headed by Kim, and also all of that inventory at hoovertoyota.com.
NBA draft tonight, 7 o'clock ABC. LaBaron Philon will be a first-round draft pick, but ESPN has him going 21, which is about where I thought he was last year when he came back to Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously there were a lot of people that said that he wasn't going to go in the first round. One of the reasons he came back last year, if he would have gone, there's a chance he could have gone that early. I think he goes a little earlier than 21 tonight. Yeah. This is such a deep draft, and if you've listened to any of the guys that do the mock drafts, they'll tell you that. Like, some people say it's the deepest since 17. Some people say all the way since 2003. So there's a lot of depth. It's pretty much lined up 1 through 4, who's going to go. Now, 2 and 3 could be a little interesting. 1 and 2 could be interesting. But we know your first 4, so the draft kind of starts at 5 tonight.
You wouldn't say, though, if he goes in the 20s, right, where he might have gone last year, it was a mistake to come back.
No.
Not in this day and age.
No, I was thinking about, I wish he could walk out this morning and come back one more year.
This day and age where you can make the money you can make in NIL.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Like, I mean, Thomas Houck.
And he's locked in, to LT's point. Last year, if he was projected 21, there was a chance he could have slid.
But you think about the
out.
teams that he could go to, 20 San Antonio, which they're not going to draft because they've got 4 or 5 guys that are LaBaron Philon right now. The Detroit Pistons, maybe to complement a Cade Cunningham, probably not, but I mean, that's where you are at 21-20 or 2021. Then Sixers, the Knicks draft 24th, the Rams, or excuse me, the Lakers 25th.
It's always on his mind, isn't it? Yeah. Did the Heat last night give up their only first-round pick?
The Heat did,
yes. So the Heat went up.
Yeah, for those that don't know, they got Giannis last night, 3 first-rounders, a second round, and they swapped picks tonight.
Yeah, they swapped picks, and a bunch of players that'll probably never play for the or will play for the Bucks.
Yeah, I had a feeling, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, that he was going to go to the Heat, and ultimately that's where he goes.
I was just going to say, like, if you randomly got drafted by the Heat tonight, now I don't think they've got a first-round pick anymore.
Well, they had 13th, but I think that now goes to Milwaukee. I think so.
I mean, how awesome would that be? Like, a week ago, you got drafted by the Heat. You'd be like, okay.
Well, that's what the Heat need. They need a shooter now because you've got Adebayo. You've now got Giannis, but you've also got to have somebody a perimeter threat.
Just shows though, like how much it can change in 1 year. Yeah. Being drafted by the Heat this time last year probably would not have excited you.
Yeah, and people thought he may go to Boston because of the
Jaylen
problem with Jaylen Brown, and now it looks like Jaylen Brown, at least for the moment, is going to be stuck in Boston, which will make
there's no way
awkward working relationship.
Yeah, I don't think it can happen. I think they're past that point, so I think something will probably happen, probably tonight.
So 7 o'clock ABC tonight. Philon expected to go anywhere from 12 to 21. Yax, who used to be at UAB, won a national championship at Michigan. They're sort of slotting him 10 to 15, somewhere around there. There should be 3 Michigan players taken in the first 15, 16 picks.
Wow.
That are now joining Dusty May in the NBA.
I was about to say, and their coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a good chance, we mentioned this yesterday with Dallas slotted at 9th overall, that one of those guys goes to Dallas at 9th.
And then of the SEC in the first round, you're expected to hear really early Acuff, the guard from Arkansas, Ament, the shooting forward from Tennessee, Swain from Texas, right, and Quaintance from Kentucky. So 5 SEC guys in the first round.
Acuff is such an interesting prospect
I love him.
I do too, and we saw how quick that guy could heat up.
My favorite night in Coleman Coliseum this past year
fantastic.
was that night.
Yeah, fantastic.
The crazy thing is he will not touch the top 4.
Yeah, but I think how big is he?
6'3", 6'4".
I think he seems like a guy that could just have a tremendous NBA career.
Creates his own shot.
His own shot. Such a good outside shooter. Can heat up. He's got the size, apparently.
Yeah, Jim Rat.
Coach's son. Can't get him out of the film room.
All right. When we come back, college football, we'll do our unders, teams that will not have good seasons, according to us, or at least less than BetMGM projects them, and a lot more to get to, including Clay Travis, who joins the show in about 30 minutes from his either Nashville or Gulf home. We'll talk to him. Lance Zlock has got to play on soccer maybe today. 4 more games going today.
Yeah, we are working on that. Shit the bed yesterday. I had Senegal against the Norwegians. I had the freaking over with France. Mbappe had probably 4 or 5 late attempts at getting the hat trick. I don't know how much you were watching, Tyler.
Oh, I was watching the whole thing.
I got the upper crossbar once.
Senegal over Norway.
Wow.
What's that?
I can't believe you took Senegal over Norway.
I mean, they played them within a goal.
Well, that goal came late.
Yeah, but still, Senegal's tough out. You could tell Norway's coach how pumped he was when they got off the field, because if they actually go draw or lose that game and then they've got to beat France, good luck.
Yeah.
So it worked out perfectly for them. I thought Senegal was a really good play yesterday. We're now 7-2.
Oh, that's still good.
Yeah. No, 7-4 in the World Cup. 7-4 in the World Cup. We ended up 6-2 in the College World Series.
I told them before the show that it was a typical don't bet parlay moment yesterday. I had 2 big parlays, one 6 legs, one 7 legs on World Cup play. And I hit 5 of 6 on one, 6 of 7 on the other, and it was just point margin.
Did you play those straight up as well?
Oh no. And it
would have made money if you did that.
Yeah. So
one of them was
11 of 13 and lost money.
Yeah.
That's why you don't play.
Lost
parlays.
everything. Not one penny back.
Yeah, not a dime back.
Jump on and win with us. More Major League Baseball. We were 2-1 yesterday in Major League Baseball, so we will have World Cup action tonight. We'll have more Major League Baseball. Jump on, win with us. New slate. 2-4 yesterday overall. Again, bad day in the World Cup, but we bounced back today. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. For all of your plumbing, heating, cooling issues, whether it's home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
There's an interesting story developing out of Louisville. Tyler, if you'll give me cut 3, Brown and I and LT are going to discuss what appears to be an issue for a pretty good football and basketball program in just a second. Our countdown to college football season brought to you every day by our friends at Innisfree. 67 days until we're playing football again. 67 days on our Innisfree countdown to kickoff, your game day tradition. Innisfree Irish Pub in Tuscaloosa and Lakeview, that Irish-inspired pub food, the signature Irish gold sauce, and always a world-class atmosphere. It's a place you go to make memories at Innisfree. Innisfree Irish Pub, countdown to kickoff, 67 days. Louisville has financial issues, so much so that their AD, head football coach Jeff Brom, and their head basketball coach had a news conference yesterday to talk about it and how it could impact the wins on the field. Brown's going to explain it to you financially after you hear Jeff Brom getting asked about Louisville's financial situation.
Jeff, the university has made it very clear that they're running out of money. How does the current financial situation impact your recruiting and the NIL that you've done this season?
Well, we're thankful for the resources we have, and I think our university is doing everything in their power to help provide that, and they know that we're going to utilize it in the best manner that we possibly can. With today's age of football and the structure and how it works, you've got to be able to stay up with the other teams, and I think things change every year, and you've got to be ready to adjust and adapt until something further comes along. So I think we've done a good job of doing that. But we try to manage that as well as we can. And yes, it's an important piece, but every year it changes a great deal. And how that will continue going forward, we'll see. But right now, it's rapidly changing.
Okay, so a non-answer.
Yeah,
from Jeff
This
Brom.
is fascinating.
It's rapidly changing.
You look at Dusty May. Look, it looks like they're going to keep Mark Boynton, their assistant coach.
They made him the interim, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
But if you're Pat Kelsey, who's been at Louisville 2 years and had 2 really good years, 27 wins, 24 wins.
I'm blowing the phone up.
Yeah, like you call Pat Kelsey, he's taking the Michigan job if you want him.
Yeah,
He's 51 years old.
I don't even visit Ann Arbor, I say.
And I think there was a point, and I think you guys would agree that at least the Louisville basketball brand was much bigger than the Michigan brand, but it's not even close now. And that blows me away. I thought Louisville, and this kind of shows you where we are in NIL. Like, I think people would have said Alabama's got more money than anybody for football. We know that's not true. I would have said the same with Louisville basketball.
You would think with the industry up there,
the Yum folks,
the Yum, whose name is on the arena, and last I checked, Taco Bell is doing pretty well.
By the way, the Bourbon Trail and
I was about to
Bourbon
bring
is
that up.
Yeah, massive. Like you just get,
Bourbon sales have to be at an all-time high, right?
Yum Brand is selling Pizza Hut right now.
Yum Brand's spinning off Pizza Hut?
Selling it off, yep.
Selling it off. But, I mean, bourbon's probably at an all-time high.
Yep.
More people drink bourbon now than ever. But now, that problem with that is it's not all unified, right? You got 8 million different distillers.
You do, but you have some that are absolutely printing money.
Yeah. So here's your problem. As it was presented to the Board of Trustees last night and is now just the Band-Aid has been ripped off, Louisville's operating at a $30 million deficit annually.
Yeah.
$30 million deficit.
In the Atlantic Coast Conference.
In the ACC. And they did it last year, too, and it got covered up last year because the school floated them $10 million. Student fees were raised, and that went into the pot as well. And they had a line of credit they tapped into. So they were able to make ends meet last year, and now the line of credit's been tapped into. The school's not floating them $10 million, and they've already baked the student fees into the equation now. So now they just basically had to come out yesterday and say, there's no hiding from this. We can't cover it up this year. We're going to lose $30 million.
Well, if you would have told me that we were going to have a super league one day, I would have said Louisville will be a part of that. But this is the quick path to a super league when you start having programs like Louisville that start leaking and their coaches take off, and then they become – they're not competitive anymore. And when you have, your Louisvilles and your Clemsons that start going 4-8 and your Florida States, that's when you got to figure something out.
I mean, if you'll remember Florida State, Michael Alford is doing all he can down there to sort of build that program back.
They knew it was coming.
Financially, right? And that's why he was suing the ACC. We need to do something here. Brown, you said the part of that news conference, they were discussing it yesterday, was we're $30 million in the hole. We can either scale back or not scale back.
Well, here's the quote. Like Josh Hired, H-E-I-R-D. I do not know how to pronounce that. I apologize, but that's the athletic director. He basically said, look, in another era, you just slash. You slash spending. He said, and here's the quote. This is a direct quote. If we don't have talent on the field or the basketball court, we have no opportunity at all to increase our revenue streams. If you stop spending now, you lose. So basically, Louisville's choice is just slash and quit spending and become
Boston College
or Rutgers or whoever, and just I can make ends meet, but we are not competitive. We're not competitive in basketball or football. Or you keep spending in hopes that winning will bring in enough money that you can close a $30 million deficit.
How can you tap into endowments?
Well, a lot of schools have been hesitant to do that. I mean, technically, they did a little bit of that last year by taking a $10 million float from the school. I mean, that money didn't come from a money tree out back, Do
you guys think if we put endowment to endowment, ACC to SEC, the ACC would have a bigger endowment?
Well, Georgia Tech has made it to where they can tap into theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, Virginia, Duke, North Carolina. Those are some big-ass endowments.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I just wonder, dollar for dollar, if you could find a way to tap into that.
I'll Google what Louisville's, it's a public school, so you should know their endowment.
I mean, you're going to have to do something. There's got to be a contingency plan,
I mean, it's $1.6 billion, which is a lot of money, obviously. Yeah. But as endowments go, that's not huge.
I would say
other
this,
schools are more endowed.
There's a reason why you don't tap into those endowments for some reason, right?
No, people have been so hesitant to do it.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
I think the reason is academic people that control this.
The optics?
Yeah. I think they view this as frivolous spending. Like how, if in this age, being in the ACC with all the facilities we have and all the winning we've done, we can't do better than lose $30 million. Why would I give you $40 million more?
Well, here we go. I mean, Stanford's got the number 3 endowment behind Harvard and Yale in the United States.
What is theirs?
$37.6 billion.
Yeah, see, that was my point.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
All these endowments that everybody has, these major universities, what is that money for?
So the endowment is controlled by the original donor. So the donor has to want to donate it towards something other than academics.
I know, but why hold that war chest?
Here we go. Here is the specific definition. Endowments, long-term investment pools that fund operations, research, and financial aid while preserving principal. Larger endowments can provide more financial flexibility, but they do not guarantee better teaching quality or lower tuition, as many funds are restricted to specific purposes.
Like, I don't know how it works at every school, but your son got a scholarship at UAB, right?
Yep.
I would imagine that came from an endowment. Like, UAB didn't just decide that Carter could go free here. That's how they stay in business. So there was an endowment somewhere where somebody that had an interest in helping computer science majors, your son was able to tap into that. So I think that's really how the endowment works. So when you start to spend it on an athletic program that can't make ends meet, it does feel like frivolous spending.
Yeah.
And to Brooks' point, if it wasn't donated for that reason,
you can't legally use it.
You can't legally use it for that reason.
Unless you convince the donor who originally donated the money to use it on athletic.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned Georgia Tech. What they did was a dollar matching.
That's right.
They did it wasn't necessarily a straight loan from the endowment. It was a dollar match. So for every $1 million, they would match $1 million. I think it was.
By the way, Cal's got $20 billion.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm just saying
Stanford and Cal.
the ACC's got some endowment
They do,
money.
but how has it helped? So that's nothing. I mean, that may as well be monopoly money right there for these programs. I don't know how you close. Now, I will say what Louisville is trying to do is what Kentucky has done, which is start a for-profit arm of their athletic program that invests in real estate, horses, bourbons, whatever up there, and turns a profit so that then that profit can fill the holes that the athletic department can't fill. Can they turn a $30 million profit? I do not know. I don't know how difficult that's going to be.
It sounds to me like the gamble on, hey, we need to keep spending and we need to win so that we can make up this $30 million deficit. It's like, Lance, I'm giving you a stack of cash and I need you to walk into the casino and walk out with a profit.
Yeah.
That's almost like they're gambling on winning.
Yeah. And that formula does not work. It just does not work.
I would just say
it's supposed to be 2 pretty good years athletically at the 2 big sports for Louisville. I don't know if anybody goes under Louisville here in a moment, but Louisville football and basketball is supposed to be pretty good on both sides this year, contenders in both.
Can I just say Jeff Brom's a guy we may never know how really good a coach this guy is, because it seems like he ends up in bad spots. Like Purdue was just a bad job. He did pretty well there in a crappy job, and he takes Louisville, and all of a sudden they're $30 million in the hole.
Yeah, but
but after seeing this news conference yesterday, do you think that any of the NIL basketball, football players were making phone calls yesterday? Well,
yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Is my money good?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Brom, I think he loves the program so much. I mean, that's where it gets a little tricky for him. He probably does stay. But just looking at public university endowment, they're 63rd. I mean, Louisville's way down.
Yeah, and I do think that's a sign of overall giving, right?
When you do a list like that, you probably need to bring up Alabama and Auburn. Where are they on the endowment?
Auburn is 53rd, $1.3 billion. Alabama's pretty high.
No.
Alabama.
Well, roll tide, right, Jim?
You're rolling up.
Scrolling
down now. Scrolling down now. Scrolling down a lot now.
Damn.
Nope.
Oh, I didn't say Alabama.
Oh.
Hey, hold on. I saw it earlier. It was definitely higher.
Scrolling up again. Nope. Down. No. A lot
You're
of
talking about it.
Alabama's endowment, yes. The University of
2.5.
Oh.
2.59 billion.
Get up in the twos.
Is that right?
That's what Brooks said.
Yeah. It's 27th. 2.5
wow.
million.
Among public universities, the University of Alabama, that's system-wide, obviously, which Auburn's would be too.
Surprisingly, in front
drill, baby, drill. Is that what your side used to chant?
Right behind
drill,
Kansas
baby,
and right in front of Missouri.
I mean,
drill, baby, drill.
It's what, 2.5 billion?
Yep.
I mean, how much do you
Tap into
think?
that.
How much do you think Alabama's?
Surely some of that was donated for athletics.
I mean, how much do you think they would have to peel off for NIL at Alabama to be where Texas A&M, and Ohio State are? What would you guess? Just guess how much they'd have to peel off.
Let's start with $1 billion. Let's just peel $1 billion.
Jeez, Dunaway. Take half of it?
No, but I mean, you think about it like this.
Take Alabama's current NIL.
Let's just say I bet they're earning 5% back on this endowment.
Okay.
So if you're earning 5% back on this endowment, let's just call it 2.5, you're $125 million a year. Like, hey, cut us off half for athletics. Like you
60?
saw what Alabama. I mean, what Nick Saban did for the university has never been done.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, Lance is right. You pump $60 million in. Alabama may be number one in NIL. Yeah. They may be ahead of Texas A&M.
So let's
do the T-shirts. Drill, baby, drill, and put endowments at the bottom.
There's got to be some. I mean, I bet Clay can actually.
Well, unfortunately, Clay has to punt today. So
okay. Well, I was going to say, I bet he could explain why endowments are not part of this.
I was building up to Clay Travis' interview.
I know. My apologies. My apologies. All right, it's not really mine. It's Clay's, but he has apologized.
No, Clay probably is working on Tennessee's endowment right now. Tennessee behind Alabama?
He had a
I
travel.
think Tennessee is in front of Alabama. I will.
Clay had a travel issue was his problem today. He's
just
not
real
gonna be where
quick,
he thought he
Texas is number one, $27 billion.
This is among public schools.
Yeah, Texas A&M number 2, $22 billion. Michigan number 3, $21. The University of California.
It's Cal Berkeley.
Cal Berkeley. Yeah.
I don't think it is though.
No,
I think I was wrong.
It's
Berkeley.
It's a full system. Berkeley, Irvine, UCLA. Yeah. So that's spread over all those.
Number 5 is the University of Virginia, $11 billion. Ohio State is 6th with $8.6 billion.
What is a big drop there from the top couples to
University of Minnesota's got 6.4, UNC 6.2, Pittsburgh 6.1. That rounds out the top 10. What were we looking for?
Nobody. You were just reading the top
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
University of Tennessee's 41st between Alabama and Auburn at $1.9 billion.
Wow.
So
the Haslam
ahead
money.
of Tennessee.
University of Delaware in front of Tennessee, by the way. I don't know where Delaware gets their money.
I don't know. I mean, we talked about
one of
this.
the original states. They've been
I
endowed a
think,
long
I
time.
think lots of politicians end up going to University of Delaware.
They don't have that kind of money, though.
And Joe Flacco.
I think
you sure?
I mean, just think, you got paid for the original
True.
flags. I mean, 13 stars. You've been drawing that apparel money for a long, long time, being one of the original 13.
I didn't know Marquette was a private school. Did you guys?
I did.
Yeah.
I think I knew that. Yeah.
Jesuit school, isn't it?
I believe that is correct. The Siegfried family, your big donors there at the University of Delaware.
Yep. Did Rory help out at all?
Founders of the Siegfried Group.
You beat me to it, Jim.
Thank you.
I mean, Harvard at $55 billion is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like that, when you get that high.
They run the country.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you get that high, how much of that money is actually ever going to be tapped into? Or how much of that is just
never,
cash
because
on hand?
you print money every day. Like,
I know.
And by the way, they're not wasting it on athletics.
Oh, that's true. That's how you get to $55 million. Yeah.
No, I mean, do you think about like I'm trying to do the quick math.
What are you doing? 5% of 55?
You're roughly $2.5 to $3 billion on interest every year.
Yeah, and that funds the operation and then some.
We'll do our unders in our next segment now, since Clay's not with us. One more thing here before we get to the top of the hour, brought to you today by our wonderful friends at Central State Bank.
The bank that is big enough to meet every single need you have, but small enough to know you, because they are a community bank. It is a bank that the decision makers that are making the decision on that big dream in your life, anything from buying a car to starting a business, they are people that live in your community. They go to the churches in your community and the schools in your community, their kids do. Their kids play at the same ballpark as your kids. That's the people that are making the decisions that impact your life, not some disconnected stuff suit somewhere else in America. That's why it's important to deal with a community bank. Branches throughout Central Alabama can help you meet that dream in your life. The bank that is big enough to meet every need you have, small enough to know you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
One other note, though, I don't know how you guys feel about this. Should current students be paying the NIL for current athletes?
Shit, no.
Lance is a hard no on that one.
West Virginia students, on top of their activity fees already, are now $500 a year for the Mountaineer Athletic Advantage fee, $250 a semester that goes straight to the athletic fund for the money that's carved out by the House settlement. That goes to money that is paid directly to the student athletes.
The catch-22 here, because obviously a lot of people go back to Nick Saban and that factor.
I was about to present this side.
Because they, obviously want that is part of their college experience. But on the other side, I just look at what a scam student loans are right now. and for students to take on any more debt than they already have to just to go watch football or basketball, and these guys are making millions of dollars, I just don't burden the students with
This
that.
used to be just kind of the hidden recipe is like, well,
activities fee.
The activities fee. And a lot of people didn't know before it started to become more public that a lot of that went to athletics. And the thinking behind it was, you came to West Virginia because you wanted to go to football games and basketball games. How do we stay good? We spend money on it. It's part of the reason you came here, so you're going to help pay for it.
Yeah, but they've already got the activities fee.
Right.
This is extra $500 for the advantage fee.
Yeah.
On top of the activities fee. Do you think that guarantees you a ticket to football or basketball games?
What I was going to say, we've already
not.
built in an increase on ticket prices because of NIL.
Yeah. Oh, you've raised tuition over
much
and
like
over
the
and over
NFL. Yeah. Also, contractually, what you've got with television. I mean, we're building that in.
To your point, you would say then, like freshmen at Alabama and Auburn don't automatically get tickets. In fact, I'm not sure freshmen and sophomores do.
At Auburn, it's a lottery system,
right?
Where
But if
you
you're
for different packages.
But if you're an upperclassman, you get them all, right?
I think only your senior.
Only your senior year.
You get priority for whatever package you entered for. But there's also administrative costs that keep going up significantly every single year outside of athletics.
That ain't going to change. But your argument would be, look, if I'm now helping fund NIL, why do I have to get in a lottery for tickets?
Yeah, and still pay for those tickets.
And still pay for it. But now the business model doesn't work if I just let every student in, because what are they chomping up? They're chomping up seats that I'm charging for.
Yeah, craziness. By the way, the patch that you're either going to love or hate on the Alabama or Auburn or your favorite SEC team's uniform, they're coming. LSU, I've seen them, so they sold theirs. Arkansas sold theirs to Tyson. Offshore Drilling, I think, is LSU's, or
Seriously?
something. I don't know. It's some oil. I think it's some company that does oil and gas refining.
And like Woodford Energy or something
like that. That sounds like a shell corp.
It really does.
Yeah. Sports Business
Somebody
Journal.
will go to prison for life on college football sooner than later.
At some point, the IRS is going to say, now, what is the name of that
Well,
business?
the Ponzi schemes that will get created just to float some of these programs.
Yeah, how many years until we have the Enron of college football?
It will happen.
Woodside Energy.
Sports Business Journal is saying that patch, if it's the same one on football and basketball, is worth about $15 million to a top tier program. About $15 million extra.
I mean, it's got to make sense, but we talk about Loves in Oklahoma City. I mean, there's certain things that really look good on the uniform.
Yeah,
and it would make sense on a lot of levels. I mean,
to date, I haven't heard Alabama and Auburn announce.
Well,
it.
I mean, the Mercedes on Alabama's jersey. I mean, that makes sense.
Would look great.
I bet Nick Saban could probably push a little bit on that too. He's got an inside track on it.
I mean, Woodside Energy is a publicly traded company. Their annual revenue last year was $12.98 billion.
Yeah, we use gas in our country.
Yeah, I mean,
and most of that gas flows through Louisiana, by the way.
Now, last year they achieved a record production of 198.8 million barrels of oil. So there you go. Yep. They had a record year last year, and they decided, let's just sponsor LSU sports.
Cue up Eric Church there, record year.
Yep.
When we come back, we'll do our unders in college football. We'll get to that as part of our spotlight today. The show being brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. Viewing menu later in the show, but Michelson, right now, LT, tell them the advantages of using a local doctor here that's been on top of the game for a few years now, right?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Like if you pick up the phone and you call a optometrist in Chicago or one in Lawrence, Kansas, and you ask them, hey, I've got to get LASIK done in the state of Alabama, they're all going to say the Michelsons. Dr. Mark Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama way back in 1995. I got the procedure done in 2003. I wore the contacts for about a decade. I was wasting money each and every year on that. Make the phone call. Then I'm a 205-969-8100. When you call that number, ask for Amy. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. $0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy for more information. MichelsonLaserVision.com.
And I'm about to have my mid-morning snack right now from Way to Wellness. This is basically a large Reese's cup. It's chocolate and peanut butter packed with protein. It's what I do to keep from bad snacking throughout the day. Have a couple of these a days. It's my program at Way to Wellness. Your program is different. No program's the same. No cookie cutter plan. At Way to Wellness, the website is aplanforme.com. They can jumpstart your weight loss. They can help you keep your weight off with different plans. Injection therapies, yes. Meal replacement, yes. These protein bars to keep from bad snacking, yes. A different variety of things they can do to help you. Leslie and her board-certified team gives you a free consultation. There's no contract and there's no sign-up fees. It's our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. You heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777. Or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. Because rideshare accidents need an experienced team. Physical office, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Final hour of the, excuse me, it's not. It's the middle hour. It's hour number two. Hour number 2 of the show. We were talking about something else, and then I started thinking about golf. Truthfully, thinking about golf. Brown's got a cool hat on. He's playing today at Inverness Country Club. Tell us about Inverness.
You like this hat?
If you want to join Inverness Country Club just to see Brown's hat,
on camera,
get out there today.
On camera, does this look like? Look down at the screen. Does it look like an Auburn hat? I just realized.
No,
that.
it looks like a Ricky Fowler hat. If you straighten the bill out a little bit.
You think everybody knows this is Puma?
But I instantly thought to myself, you look like you're playing on the SMU golf team. Is what I thought.
You know, I've always liked SMU. I like the ponies.
See, I see
going to watch some European soccer.
I see almost more Syracuse.
Well, see, I thought that's red right there, but I thought it looked orange on camera first.
It does.
You see more Syracuse?
Technically, it looks like you're a big fan of Jaguar and F1 racing.
Oh, yeah.
Team Jaguar.
That would work.
Team Jaguar.
Yeah.
Hey, Inverness Country Club. Inverness Country Club. I'll be out there later today. ICC.
I will tell you the best thing about Inverness Country Club.
The people.
Is you dress a lot better now.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
Yeah, I like all their gear.
Yeah.
Is this hat from out there too?
No, this hat is, I have a friend that is the Cobra rep, local or throughout the Southeast, Cobra Golf. So Cobra Puma Golf. So I like to support him too. He's a good buddy of mine. So I'll order stuff.
Yeah.
Cobra and Puma, and I like their gear. I know the Puma pullover. And here's one thing I like about it. Let me do the commercial real quick. ICCalabama.com, Inverness Country Club. Listen, what you're going to find at Inverness is, when you do this tour, is a great golf course, the beautiful clubhouse, great food. But like Jim said, look, the thing about it's the people. The people are the best part about Inverness. You can set up a tour with Aaron, 205-991-8608, 205-991-8608, or ICCalabama.com. Find everything we talked about right there at ICCalabama.com. Puma has 13 wides in golf shoes, and those are hard to find.
13 wides.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think I said?
13 wives.
Oh, wives. No, wide.
Polygamous shoe.
It's like we're going Old Testament here.
You know, polygamous shoe. I wear a 13 wide. And those are hard to find in golf shoes, surprisingly. So Puma has them, so I've always been pretty loyal to them because of that.
We used to do a segment on the show called Humble Brag or Not. Where would you put that one?
How was that a humble brag?
You first, Brooks. Humble Brag or Not?
13 wives?
Yeah. 13 wide.
Wide,
13
not wives.
Oh, 13 wide? I thought you were bragging about 13 wives.
I don't think anybody wants 13 wives.
No.
I was by Inverness Golf yesterday. Swinging a golf club, which I told him, I walked in and I said, I'd rather do a prostate exam than swing golf clubs in front of you guys. I'm so embarrassed.
That is a strong feeling there.
Just because I'm like, this is going to be so embarrassing. You see a lot of great swings. But the most embarrassing part was go to, if you've got your golf bag, go to your golf bag and get your glove. You need to be wearing your glove during your swinging. I don't wear gloves.
I don't either. Yeah.
And they were like, oh, okay. Well, what size grip should we be looking at? What size hands do you have? And I was like, I usually say large, but my wife says medium, average hands.
What ring size do you wear, Jim?
Average.
Everything's average about you.
Everything's average.
Yeah.
So that was an embarrassing moment yesterday.
Brian in the chat says your hat looks like a Puma Mick Ultra collab.
Okay.
It does look like Michelob
Good
Ultra.
sponsor. Good
call.
sponsor of the show, Mick Ultra. This is the Mick Ultra line for Puma. Go drink Mick Ultra.
That is a great call there.
In fact, the people I'll be playing with on the course today will be drinking Mick Ultra.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Sponsor of the FIFA World Cup.
Official sponsor of the next round, more importantly, than the FIFA World Cup.
Next week.
Yeah, that's
Folds
right.
of Honor. We will be out at Walk-On,
That's
Tattersall.
right. That's next Wednesday?
Next week, let's
1st.
see what our man Mark Welch sent. Yeah, I think it is March
There it is.
or
There it
July
is.
1st. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. So Scott's got it up on the screen.
Is that our Folds of Honor show?
Yep, that's it.
Oh, fantastic.
Next Wednesday afternoon.
And it's next Wednesday afternoon.
Yep.
With our friends at Budweiser, Bud Light, who give back thousands and thousands of dollars every year.
That's just an American beer.
Millions.
Yeah. Millions and millions.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the most prevalent of all the sponsors that you see on the World Cup, it seems like our friends from Michelob Ultra
I agree.
out there as much as anybody.
I would say this. After I played golf the other day, Dunaway, somebody, put that back up real quick, Scott, if you don't mind. I'm sorry. Somebody had the Bud Heavy, and I was like, man, that Bud Heavy logo is just iconic, isn't it?
I'm going to drink one today.
Have you a Bud Heavy today? The
I'm
king
gonna
of
do
beers.
Bud Heavy today. Just for Dad. I'm going to do it for Dad.
That was his drink of choice, right?
That was his drink of choice.
Mick Ultra, I was making the point, they're very popular on the golf course. Does that, I mean, that tracks, right?
That does, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great tasting beer, but it's lighter.
That's right.
When it's hot outside.
So you're out in the heat. Yeah, they're very popular.
Don't get too full. Hey, while we're doing, America, our buddy Jason Molly, longtime listeners, two single folks that ended up getting married, not because of the show, but they both have a love for the show. Jason and Molly.
It's not because of the show.
It's not because of the show. They love the show. Jason, Molly, their kids, touring, and he had his red, white, and blue next round T-shirt on last night as they were out at Nationals Park.
It's a cool stadium.
They were at the College World Series, and they're knocking out a bunch of ballparks on their summer tour. And there's Jason, Molly, both their kids. Happy anniversary sometime this past summer to them, and appreciate you guys sporting the gear out there. It's good, folks. You can do that in the TNR store, nextround.store, and get this hat and that shirt and a bunch of other stuff in there. Nextround.store. All right, let's get to our unders in college football. 5 locks under the BetMGM total. We gave you winners yesterday. Does anybody have the overs from yesterday? I don't know if that's going out graphic-wise. I've got a list here. I can tell you mine real quick, and I've got yours, I think. I had SMU, LSU, USC, Virginia Tech, and Auburn as an over yesterday for me. I almost forgot Auburn. Had an over.
I had Syracuse, Virginia, Ole Miss, Utah, and Penn State.
Yep. And Brownie had, do you remember? Brownie had SMU, Alabama, Ole Miss, Houston, and Clemson.
There you go. That's who I had.
Yeah, so that was the overs yesterday.
Yeah.
Here's the unders. I almost played a joke on you guys and came in and played all unders on the overs I played yesterday, so I could.
That's right.
So I'd at least,
So you just lose, lose juice.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'd at least be 500.
Yeah.
But I didn't, so I'll go last again.
I'll go first.
Okay. Brown's going to go first.
No, I did yesterday. Yeah.
That's
Let's
right.
Keep
That's
it.
right.
Let's keep it. There was a movie. I bet Tyler and Lance have seen this many times. There was a movie.
These are Brown's unders from BetMGM with a story.
There was a movie not long ago called I think it was a Nick Cage movie,
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
How did you know I was going there? Because that was the last movie Nick Cage did?
Recent Nick Cage movie.
Yeah.
I think
Pig was pretty good. You ever see Pig?
I've been meaning to watch that.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Expectations leads to my first under. Guns up, Red Raiders, Texas Tech. All they got to do is lose one, by the way. All they got to do is lose one, and I'm under, baby, at 11.5. So I think the unbearable weight of massive expectations, Texas Tech under the 11.5. Duke, where did they play their last game other than a bowl? Was that the ACC championship?
It was the ACC championship game.
And can't keep it up, though. They're going to fall back down to earth. Duke
It's
under
hard,
5.5.
hard to believe a team that wins a Power 4 championship the very next year has a win total of 5.5.
I know. That was the first thing I looked at. I was like, weren't they just at the ACC championship?
Had an absolute studded quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't trust their head coach.
Yeah, and there's a reason that number's at 5.5 coming off a conference championship appearance. Iowa State, what are they missing this year?
Everything.
Their coach and almost all their players. Under 5.5 for Iowa State. Colorado, boy, you just look at their schedule, and it's so easy to find losses on that schedule. Under the 4.5 for Coach Prime. I think that'll be it for him there.
Yeah, but you've got him finding 8 losses, though, Brown.
I do.
Not the same kind of buzz I hear coming out of that camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then Arkansas. I know Ryan Silverfield, if he ever consumed this show, thinks I absolutely hate the guy. I've had him dead last in our Big Ten SEC combo coaches, dead last in our SEC coaches, and now I've got him under the 4.5. I think that's where Arkansas will find themselves. So
Don't
Texas
worry,
Tech.
basketball season's coming soon.
Well, we ought to have him on the
Coach
show,
Cal.
do a little compilation of you talking about him and play it for him when he comes
see what
on.
he thinks.
Yeah.
Texas Tech under 11.5. Duke and Iowa State under 5.5. Colorado and Arkansas under 4.5. Those are my picks to not click this season.
Yeah, unders.
The unders.
BetMGM gives us these totals.
We have duplication.
Do we now?
I agree on Texas Tech. Look, I mean, last year
Dunaway was making fun of me pre-show.
Well, last year, look, they're going to be favored double digits in every
That's
one
right.
of their games. But I'm like you. Last year they went 11-1, but they didn't have the target on the back. No Sorsby. We really don't know about the health of Will Hammond. Now you've got a massive bullseye on your back. Now, your 3 most difficult games you get at home. And again, I know they're going to be double digits in all 12 games, but they are the most hated team in college football. Everybody in the Big 12 will play their A game when they play Texas Tech. They'll find a loss. I don't feel good about 2 losses.
Yeah, unbearable weight.
Yeah. Number 4 on my list is Georgia Tech. Look, Brett Key, nice year last year with the 9 wins. They were they had 4 one-possession wins. They lost 4 of their last 5 games. Haynes King is out. I think Alberto Mendoza is going to be good. I don't think he's going to be as good as Haynes King. They're going to be underdogs in at least 5 games, 2 for sure losses, and they've got 6 coin flips. I think Georgia Tech is a 5-7 team this year. Florida State, 6.5 is the total here. 7 total wins over the last 7 years, 7 wins over the last 2 years. They lost 7 of their final 9 games. I think they're going to be dogs in 8 games. By the way, Ashton Daniels is your quarterback.
Yes.
And Mike Norvell in 6 years, 4 losing seasons. Another losing season for Florida State. Number 2 on my list, UCLA. Everybody thinks it's going to be the next Kurt Signetti. Bob Chesney comes in from James Madison. He's bringing all these transfers in. Look, they're going to be dogs in 6 or 7 games. They won 3 games. You're going to tell me they're going to more than double their win total? This ain't going to be Signetti 2.0. I just don't believe it. Nico was your leading rusher last year with 500 yards. They've got to do something on the ground to get better. I don't think they improved by 4 wins. And then Iowa State. I think this is one of the easier plays on the board, under 5.5. Jimmy Rogers takes over this team. Really good at South Dakota State, 27-3 in 2 years. But you lose 24 guys just to Penn State.
Did he bring 24 with him from South Dakota State? Because they were pretty good.
Well, he did 1 year at Washington State. He was 6-6 last year at Washington State. 1 and done there. But they're going to be underdogs in at least 7 games, and I think the rebuild is just going to be too much.
So in back-to-back years, Washington State has lost their head coach to Wake Forest and Iowa State.
Yep.
In case you wonder where their program is right now, Wake Forest and Iowa State.
About to feel different, though, when they start winning games in the new PAC.
Whatever it is.
PAC conference, whatever they're called.
The Pacifics.
Unfortunate drawing of the arrow here. Ignore that. I'm just seeing the rounding of the top doesn't play well on television.
Wow. You got some weird junk.
Purdue minus 3.5. I mean, it takes a lot of guts to go under 3.5.
It is Purdue, though.
That's a low limb. What's it called when you do under the bar?
That's a low limbo.
Limbo.
Yeah.
At 3.5. All these I have losing by half. Like 3 is where I think Purdue ends up. They got 2 gimme games. I think they still won somewhere else. Arkansas 4.5. I agree with you. I think they're a 4-win team. They don't get to 5. Kansas State's my biggest number here at 8.5. New coach who's going to be really, really good. I just don't think they can get to 9 wins with that schedule.
Yeah, Colin Klein, I think a lot of people think is going to be good, Lance, but it is his first year as a head coach.
He's got Avery Johnson back again.
I think there is
a starter.
Yeah, and that's going to be the difference to me. I think they're going to be – I took a look. I think the number's a little too high. I think a lot of people will play this under because coming off 6 wins last year, 8.5 year 1 for Colin Klein. I think they open 6-0.
Yeah, I was about to say you definitely there's no definites, but you should get your first 3: Nichols, Washington State, and Tulane all at home. So you ought to be 3-0. So that gets 3 out of the way. Now you got to find, or you can't have 5 more. You only need 4.
No, I can have 5 more.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
can get to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you think
that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think they're 6-0. I think they get Colorado and Oklahoma State. That's 8. But then you got TCU, Arizona, Iowa State. I think they get to 9 wins. I think it's going to be a really, really good first year for Colin Klein.
And then I have one under on one of your overs yesterday in Virginia. I don't think they solved the quarterback replacement there at 7.5. And then the last one is Bill Belichick in North Carolina. 4.5 for Bill Belichick at North Carolina. And I'm going to take the under. Because I think that's going to be an inflated number just because it's Bill Belichick.
Well, maybe, but they were 4. I mean, it was right on the line last year, 4-8, and they were awful. I mean, your only give-me's are East Tennessee State. I mean, that's your only give-me.
That's right.
I mean, it really is. I mean,
how many games are they underdogs?
TCU, they're an underdog. At Clemson, underdog. Notre Dame, underdog. At Pitt, underdog. At Duke, underdog. Miami, underdog. Louisville, underdog. At Virginia, underdog. Possibly, 8 or 9 games.
See, you're hoping for North Carolina is that it's such a disastrous start he can't dig it out, and it could be because I'm with you. If they lose to TCU, at Clemson, Notre Dame, they are 1-3 right out of the chute. and you still got to go at Pitt, at Duke. I mean, you might get some wins there, but then you finish with Miami, with
I don't know if you do get wins, and I think Syracuse, again, with Angeli, they were one of my
you like them as
overplays.
an over. I think this is a pretty good play here. I kind of like North Carolina. Under 4.5. I don't like it to be good.
Yeah, under 4.5. So those are mine. Those are the guys. I feel better about my overs than I do my unders, but I actually had more compliments on my unders than I did my overs.
Interesting. Hey, I'm with Jim. Lance, I don't know how often you've done this. Do you play a lot of over/under season totals over the years?
Yeah, so I'll do a little podcast on my favorite 3 or 4, and then I'll play a few. To me, it's a lot more fun. Like we have that Calcutta we do where we draft the teams. But if you're somebody that really wants skin in the game, play team totals because it gives you a full season to lose your money.
Every year we do this, and we do some version of this every year, but every year we do this, I find myself talking myself into so many overs and talking myself out of so many unders.
That's right. That's right.
Now, like you said earlier, it's just so much easier, it feels like, to pick the overs than the unders.
And it seems like, I try to do it different. It seems like you should go to the high numbers to pick your unders and the low numbers to pick your overs.
Exactly.
And then I learned
I end up doing the opposite.
I learned that the low numbers are down there for a reason. Those are pretty bad teams.
I threw my sheet away, but on that sheet, what do you think the percentage of teams go over and go under? Is it close to 50-50?
Well, I said yesterday, if we bet them all
no, that's
over,
what I'm asking. Yeah.
What would it be?
Yeah. So you think it's probably close to 50-50?
I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, the Indiana thing's so amazing. I mean, that win total's 10.5. I mean, would you guys play the under 10.5?
For Indiana?
I would not feel good about it. And their schedule's
but they're
tough.
going to find a loss, Lance.
But you guys both thought Texas Tech would still go 12-0. I'm not mishearing that. Y'all thought that during the whole Sorsby thing. But
I thought with
it's just the
Sorsby
best
for
play.
sure. I think with and look, I think some of this stuff matters. I think with the PR they've taken on, they are the most hated team. They've got the bullseye now. They are unsure right now what's going to happen at the quarterback position. And although they'll be favored in double digits with every game, they should go undefeated. But I'm like with Brown, it's so difficult to go undefeated in the regular season. I think they will find a loss somewhere.
And Notre Dame's the only other 11.5 on the board, by the way.
But see their schedule. I mean, I thought about that because it's 11.5, and that's a big number in college football. But then I go look at Notre Dame's schedule, and I'm like, there are 2 games that I worry about them losing.
Oh, I found the chink in the armor for
who? Indiana?
Yeah.
Well, I was just real quick to finish up Notre Dame, Jim. There's like 2 games they play. What are they? It's Miami and what's the other one for Notre Dame?
Pittsburgh.
No, it's BYU.
Yeah, they play BYU.
I mean,
those are 2 most difficult games.
Those are 2 most difficult games. I'm looking at they're at BYU, and they host Miami, and they're probably a touchdown favorite over Miami. I mean, they got to find.
Do they play Pitt or Syracuse?
They do not play Pitt or Syracuse.
Yeah, BYU.
No, they play Syracuse. I'm sorry, let's play Syracuse late.
BYU will be the game they lose.
That is
they'll go 11-1.
Saturday, October 17th. It is a road game that has not had a announced time yet. Feels like prime time. Somewhere, I don't know who would.
BYU will have
ESPN. No, it's on the road.
They'll have a white guy return a punt. Place will go nuts.
No, BYU night game at BYU is a tough place to play.
Yeah.
That's a tough road trip for them. There's no doubt about that.
But the Big 12 they share with Fox and ESPN. ABC.
So I don't know who. I don't know who would have that one. If it's prime time, the SEC is going to be over on ABC.
Yeah.
So it could be a primetime Fox game. That's a good game, though. Notre Dame at BYU. What do you think the point spread is there?
I think Notre Dame will be a 6.5-point favorite.
Miami, Indiana, and Oregon, the only ones at 10.5. So to go over that, you got to be 11-1.
Well, Indiana's got 4, in my opinion, really difficult games: Ohio State, at Michigan, USC, and at Washington.
What was the chink in the armor?
The chink in the armor is it just popped up. Their points scored last year, 666.
Oh, no. They got the Devil's number?
Yeah, they got the Devil, the number of the beast right next to them.
El Diablo on the shoulder, huh?
Crane U continues our football conversation. If you want to continue learning about your crane operation, or if you want to change careers, you can do that with our friends at Crane U.
Yeah, from first-time operators to seasoned professionals seeking recertification, their industry-leading training programs built for all experience levels. Backed by a team with over 100 years of combined real-world expertise, Crane U will deliver the knowledge, hands-on skills, and confidence you need to succeed in the field. If you're curious about a career in the crane industry, the first big step is getting certified, becoming fully compliant. Crane U is here to guide you every single step of the way. Inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U's got it handled. So one call you make and you're good. Whether you talk to Nicole or Francis, tell them the Next Round sent you. For more information, craneu.com. That is craneu.com.
The fine folks at Oregon are heading over on the 25th through 27th. That's this weekend, right? Heading over to Japan, to Tokyo, to put on a 7-on-7 clinic of football in the busiest square, maybe for walkers, pedestrians in the world. Yesterday, Dante Moore billboards were up. Yes, there's more and more down through the corridor there you see. Over in Japan, as Oregon's heading over there, Dan Lanning, Dante Moore, a couple other players are going over, and they're going to put on a 7-on-7 clinic to teach the game of football to the masses over there.
Tacky campaign. I mean, Oregon,
Oregon is tacky.
They've got a lot of tackiness to them.
But when you sit there and you talk about expanding into another market, the hope there is you pick up a couple of 100,000 new fans online or whatever to buy Oregon gear or support Oregon or watch Oregon events. So they're going over there as ambassadors for the game. And Dante Moore is the face of the trip over there.
I would think the duck might be more
iconic.
Yeah, I mean, just for if you're trying to capture a fan base. They don't know anything about Dante.
It's a big menu item over there, though.
It is, yeah. Is this Peking duck?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So you could have him laying there on a bed of rice.
What's everybody like?
Are you more about the duck sauce or the soy sauce?
I like duck sauce better.
It's funny you said that. That's the first thing I said back here. I was like, they might eat it.
Duck sauce, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Peking duck, you always have to order 24 hours in advance. Like any restaurant I go to that has it on the menu, it's
what
like it
makes
requires.
it Peking duck?
I really don't know. I'll look it up.
I believe Peking duck is a Chinese dish.
Well, it is.
No, I think they skin an extra layer off the cat.
Brown knows all about the Peking.
Oh, nice guy.
Peking duck is known for its famous thin, crispy skin and tender meat, Jim. I don't know what makes it Peking duck. Multi-day drying and roasting process. That's why you have to order in advance.
That's why you have to order in advance. All right, when we come back, 4 downs, viewing menu still to come, trash still to come in the final half hour of the show. The show brought to you today by our friends at Odie's. Wonderful place to go grab a quick lunch today.
Yeah, great place to sit inside or outside on that patio. The weather is going to be very bearable as long as it doesn't rain. Enjoy the great food from Ronnie Davis. Been doing it for 4 decades now. Award-winning wings, delicious burgers, fantastic sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets, full of the Bud Light. Trivia every Wednesday, live music every Friday and Saturday. 2 locations, the original in Crestline, newest location in Edgewood. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. You heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777. Or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. Because rideshare accidents need an experienced team. Physical office is Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champy'schicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the Next Round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the Next Round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Buddy, right? Back with you on the next round as we roll on. We'll get to our college football spotlight in just a second, but a little bit more on Dusty May and his exit yesterday. And I'll look at just how college coaches have done when they've left college to go to the NBA. Before we get to that, though, our storm restoration roofing moment of the day is Pat McAfee. The guy doesn't need money right now, right?
You wouldn't think.
But he is investing in a new item. We talked about this a few weeks ago. I think it was a trash story, actually. Battling the Uncrustables in Target and Walmart is jams. Pat McAfee has now bought into the business side of jams, the higher protein, less sugar, peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables, basically. And he's now he's the highest profile spokesperson for it now. I think J.J. Watt's involved too.
Yeah, they've got some NFL guys. I remember when we did the story.
I believe Caleb Williams also.
Yep. I think you're right, Tyler.
But I think McAfee bought a lot of points.
It's interesting. You know, this is obviously geared towards the athletes and the people that like to work out because it's higher protein, lower sugar. Like when I eat an Uncrustable, I never think about protein or sugar. I just want taste. So to me, for them to compete, the taste is going to have to be somewhere close.
Yeah, but if you really are invested in your body and working out, you do look at sugar and protein.
Oh, I know you do. That's what I'm saying. That's who they're geared towards here.
And at the top of the box in the picture we were showing on screen, it says no seed oils, which has become a big thing people are looking for these days.
Well, it's one of the reasons you feel like shit is the seed oils. But I would think that I think this will be. I would think the product's going to be very close. I mean, you can have healthy peanut butter and jellies. I had a healthy one yesterday.
I'll tell you what I like to do. I have peanut butter and jelly Sunday night, and I eat Uncrustables at the golf course all the time. Yeah. All the time. What I would like to do is when we can get our hand on jams.
Target and Walmart right now.
Oh, we get them right now? Let's do a blind taste test. Let's chill some.
I think one is actually larger than the other, so you're going to be able to.
So we'll cut it then.
We'll need to be sliced.
Yeah, we can slice it. Let's slice it and see if we can tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, and this is what's frustrating about our country, is a banana is going to cost you more than a bag of chips. Like, it's easier to eat shit. And so I think what will happen.
It's more expensive to eat good.
Yeah, Uncrustables probably will undercut them.
Right.
And so you'll still have, the massive amount of people going to Walmart that'll buy Uncrustables instead of this.
What they're probably hoping is Uncrustables buys
Lance, bananas are like 47 cents a pound. What are we talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Like, just eating healthy. If you go in
eating
and you
healthy
try
is
to
more
buy,
expensive.
You try to buy produce as compared to like potato chips, it's not even close.
I like that Brooks is back there playing prices right.
I mean,
He knows
Brooks,
the price of a pound of bananas.
I know you got the computers in front of you, and you can jump on that real quickly. But there are some times in the show that it's the Germans bombing Pearl Harbor. You just let us cook in here.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah, when we say
just
stupid
let us
things.
cook.
Yeah.
And if we get something factually incorrect,
I wasn't looking at the computer. That was just based off a consumer effort at the grocery store.
Well, that's pretty impressive because I would
Lance
have
doesn't
no
buy
idea.
the groceries usually.
Our local Walmart does carry jams. I'm looking online right now.
Dunaway said we can find it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do a blind taste
Walmart
test.
and Target.
Should I pick up some for tomorrow and bring them in?
Only if you let the company buy them. Don't come out of your own pocket for it.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Hey, here we go. A $4 bag of tortilla chips, 4,400 calories.
Uh-huh.
$4 of fresh strawberries, 280 calories. So, I mean, it's a wash, according to this, for something like that. But
You don't have to grow tortilla chips.
But you're talking about 20 times the calorie count.
I do like Uncrustables, though.
I like a tortilla chip.
Jams.
I can't dip my strawberries in salsa.
That's a weird taste.
Yeah.
I bet I could in queso, and I bet that would taste pretty good.
I'd try it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's McAfee's latest business venture as he waits. What was that ESPN contract going to be?
50, I thought.
50, 60 million a year?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Putting a little bit back into a business plan. Storm Restoration Roofing, before we hear what Dusty May said on leaving Michigan to go to the Dallas Mavericks, here is Storm Restoration Roofing, Greg from Pell City, that free no-cost roof inspection, 205-542-3531. 205-542-3531. If you had water entering your attic the other day when we had 5 inches of rain in an hour, call Greg up and let him come find the water entry point by getting on your roof with a free no-cost roof inspection. 205-542-3531, stormrestorationroofing.com. He does roof replacements. He does storm damage repairs. He's got his building license, so he's able to do some of the small storm damage repairs himself. Locally owned for over 20 years. He and his wife, Andrea, and his kids run the company. 10 kids, so he's deeply rooted here in Central Alabama, so he's not going anywhere, backing up his work. stormrestorationroofing.com. Dusty May with Jeff Goodman on the field of 68, Michigan to the Dallas Mavericks. One of the reasons that may have caused that departure to the NBA for the national championship winning coach.
Do you get frustrated? I mean, you're pretty even keel, and obviously you're doing so well in this new landscape. Do you get frustrated, and what do you get frustrated by?
Yeah, obviously the frustration is there because you need multi-year contracts. You need, if we're going to, in my opinion, if we're going to sign a player from a mid-major, we should pay some form of buyout and compensation, which we kind of do now with money games. But the thing that frustrates me is even every time there seems to be a solution to, I guess, solve one of the biggest problems, then some of the more well-known coaches come out and say that affects them in a negative way. And there's a give and take with everything. There's going to be some negative, it's going to have a negative impact on someone. But I think rarely do we look at what's best for the enterprise of college basketball, what's best for the whole, instead of looking at it, what's best for my calendar. I mean, it's even with the NBA stuff, when you talk about, let's say players don't get drafted and they're able to go back to college, that is a horrible, horrible rule for head coaches, for myself. But everyone other than me, I think it's great. If the players don't get drafted, they don't go high, they can come back and make the sport better. It's better for them, obviously, to be back on a college campus, growing and developing and making and being compensated well. And it's better for the fans. It's literally better for everyone except the college coaches who have to spend time recruiting, and then it impacts their decision on their rosters.
So that's Dusty May before he made the decision to leave. A whole laundry list of things that is wrong with the sport. And most people believe a day after that the NBA lifestyle just and the way it's set up was the main reason he wanted out of Michigan.
Well, and look, he accomplished what he needed to accomplish at Michigan, and I think he wants a new challenge. And Dusty May is a basketball nerd, and I think he is fascinated by the NBA game and where we are right now with it. It continues to evolve. Again, we've got more parity than we've ever had at the NBA level.
Will he be successful?
No.
I mean, most guys aren't that do
that's
this.
That's a quick answer.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got asked that at some point yesterday. Do you think Dusty May will be successful?
Well, I
in
mean,
the
look,
NBA?
you've got a great foundation in Cooper Kupp, and what are you going to build around him?
Cooper Flag.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
It's always on his mind.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. It doesn't even play for your team.
I got Cooper Kupp coming up in an answer on 4 down.
You
so.
sub in the Rams like Jim subs in the Americans.
That's true. Yeah,
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that said, Cooper Flag is a great guy to build around. I'll be interested. I think they probably. I mean, Yax is the most ready guy to play, and I think they can get him at 9. So I think he's a plug and play, 24 years old, ready to play right now.
Would complement Flag.
Yeah, I think it would complement Flag. I mean, you've got some guys that have got length that can both handle the ball and both shoot it. I mean, one of these guys is going to be successful. The only reason I say he's not is, I mean, you go from Patino to Calipari.
Yeah, here's the list.
To Hoiberg, to Billy Donovan. I mean, they just don't have success.
The last 10, Athlon giving us this list, the last 10 that have left college to go to the pros, Beeline, disaster. Billy Donovan had a winning record, but would you call that successful?
No, he was called a failure, in fact.
Yeah.
I mean,
one
you look
playoff
at,
appearance.
You look at the roster he had at Oak City.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
Hoiberg, not anywhere
Disaster.
close.
Brad
Disaster.
Stevens was good.
Brad Stevens, winning record, no championships, though,
I know,
right?
yeah.
He dug them out of a hole and then
But
turned
he
it
is
over.
still the architect behind that. I mean, he is one of the great basketball minds of Boston, and one of the reasons they won a championship a couple of years ago.
I mean, Reggie Theus technically was at New Mexico State, so he does count. Mike Montgomery, Leonard Hamilton.
Well, I forgot some of these guys did it.
Lon Kruger. Now, when Lon left, one time he left Florida, good Florida to go, and then he left Illinois to go. Tim Floyd was really good in college, and then he went and didn't work out with the Bulls. And Rick Pitino and Calipari did it a couple of times.
I mean, it's just not a good track record there. I think Dusty May is an incredible basketball mind. We talked about his accomplishments, getting Florida Atlantic to a Final Four and winning a national championship last year. And look, Dallas is one of the better organizations in the NBA. I mean, one of these guys sooner or later is going to have success, but based on that list, none of them have. So I don't know. I would bet against it, but if I was a Mavericks fan, I would be excited about getting Dusty May.
Really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, is there a better track record of college coaches in the NFL or college coaches in the NBA?
Well,
it's
no,
about the same.
Well, I said that to one of our viewers yesterday who asked the question. I was like, Saban and Spurrier were pretty good in college, and they went to the NFL and did not have success. You're so tied to the draft, where you're drafting, and cap space, and who's your general manager, and maybe it's you or maybe it's not. But you're tied to your front office and your ownership. There's a lot of things that ties your hands in the pros, NBA or NFL, that don't in college when you can recruit a whole class of first rounders.
Small sample size, but college baseball to Major League Baseball.
It is not working well now.
Second worst record in Major League Baseball, Tony Vitelli.
But the common denominator between Spurrier and Saban, Dunaway, was they both got quarterback wrong. Now, it was Spurrier's fault. He just wanted Florida guys. He liked the guys that he had at Florida, and he thought he could win in the NFL with them. Saban got his hands tied by the team doctors. They ended up going Dante Culpepper because the team would not clear Drew Brees. Now, if Drew Brees goes to Miami, I don't know that it's any better than what Saban did with Dante Culpepper. I have no idea. But if you don't get quarterback right in the NFL, it's sure not going to work.
Yeah, doesn't it seem like it would be easier for some of these NFL guys? Like if you took Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Kevin O'Connell, and you put them in the college game, if they wanted to recruit with their personalities, they could absolutely kill
You
it.
would think so. You would think so. And there's less, I'm not going to say there's less recruiting now, but with NIL, recruiting has become much more professional-like than it once used to be.
I agree.
I mean, seriously, if you gave Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay the Texas or Texas A&M job with unlimited resources and let them run their offenses, wow.
Yeah.
Our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt brings us 4 downs every day, Brownie.
When you're out on the roads in the great state of Alabama and you see these federal, municipal, state road projects, there's a good chance you're seeing our friends from Central Alabama Asphalt do those jobs. That's the type of jobs they get. And when they've got that kind of work, it may indicate to you that they don't have time for your smaller job, like a parking pad or a driveway or a parking lot for a church or community center or something like that. No, sir. They got plenty of space for you, an entire division dedicated just to those jobs. You can get an estimate for your job, big or small, by calling this number, 205-349-0910, 205-349-0910, are centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
Okay, this is a lot of on this day. On this day in 1963, Jimmy Pearsall hits his 100th home run for the New York Mets and runs backwards. What was the worst? So you talk about getting one in the ear hole. What is the worst celebration you've ever seen in sports?
Like he didn't run third to home.
No.
He ran backwards.
Yeah, once he got to first, he ran backwards.
Okay.
Just completely showed out on his 100th.
Wow. And in 1963, if you did it today, that would be hot dogging it. But
back in that day.
in 1963, that was.
Yeah, if he'd have been facing Bob Gibson.
I haven't seen the video of it. I mean, it is a legitimate story. I don't know what happened on the next at bat or his next at bat.
What if Michael Jackson stole the moonwalk from Pearsall's home run in 1963?
I doubt it, but
he saw the film of that and was like, that guy's sliding his feet backwards. Watch this.
Look, Joe, I found a new dance.
Yeah,
Shut up, Michael. Get over there.
Jeeves is trying to find it for us. You anything on Jimmy Pearsall?
Oh, I wasn't looking at that. I was trying to think of the one that I first thought of, and it's not bad, but it had some bad consequences. Kevin Norwood did a front flip into the end zone against, I forget who, but Alabama was up by a few scores already. He didn't play like the rest of the year.
Oh, so he didn't complete the flip?
Oh, no, he did. He scored, but he got an ass chewing from Saban right after and was not seen until the national championship game.
I think that was the Penn State game at home in 2010.
Ooh, wow.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I'll tell you.
We don't do that.
I'll tell you who used to have
that was
terrible celebrations was Coy Detmer when he played for the Eagles. Do you remember him like riding the horse?
Yeah.
I mean, it was so awkward.
Yeah. Which of the kicking Grammaticas tore their...
Yeah, Billy Grammatica.
Yeah. Was it Billy?
Which one? I thought it was Martine Grammatica.
It wasn't Martine. It was the other one.
For the Cardinals, it was
For the Cardinals, tore his leg up. Martine kicked for your Bucks, didn't he?
I thought he got hurt too during the
he
celebration.
headbutted the the end, like whatever.
That was Trent Green.
Trent Green.
Oh,
no, or was it Trent Green?
Gus Farratt.
Gus Farratt headbutted the wall and gave
jammed his neck.
Yeah, gave himself a concussion. I mean, like, what are you doing? He scored a touchdown, headbutts the wall, and he's out the rest of the game.
Well, I mean, we had somebody, which was a major sport was it this year, that was celebrating with the crowd afterwards and missed the championship game or the playoff game.
Oh, no, because
was that
kicked
college
out?
football or was that basketball?
I can't remember.
Somebody in baseball who remember celebrating.
We haven't mentioned Leon Lett yet.
He was jumping up and he was high-fiving the fans, and when he came down...
He hurt himself?
Yeah, I think that was in college.
Oh, it was Indiana. It was before it was in the Big Ten championship.
Big Ten championship game, and he missed the playoffs.
Because that was a storyline going into the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
one of their
starter.
defensive ends.
It didn't hurt him.
It did not impact them one bit.
Yeah. Should have been the quarterback.
Yeah, if only it had been Mendoza, Alabama might have advanced.
Fallen on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Second down.
I don't remember this. This is crazy. On this date, 1971, Rick Wise, pitching for the Phillies, no hits the Reds. He also hit 2 home runs that day.
Dang, that's a heck of a day.
Yeah, back then you had to hit.
What is the best single game performance you can remember? This is my Cooper Cup moment, Super Bowl 56. Odell goes out in the first half. Everybody knew where the ball was going, but he still has 92 yards receiving. That 7-yard jet sweep on 4th down deep in the territory that kept them going, and 2 touchdowns en route to winning the MVP.
Well, as a duo this week, Bryce Harper hit for the cycle in the same game. Schwarber had 3 home runs in the same game. Probably against the Giants, the way Vitella's season's going, but it was 15-3 in that game.
I mean, there are better examples probably than Cooper Cup, but it did equate to a championship. But I'm just talking about in those moments. I mean, what do you guys remember a game?
What was the Shohei game? Did he have like 12 RBIs in a postseason game recently? Wasn't it something like that?
I don't remember that, but
what was I mean, he had that massive night. It was in the postseason. You're a Dodgers fan. How do you not remember? I could be
For some reason, Cam Newton at home against LSU pops to mind. That was a pretty massive game for him, wasn't it?
I don't remember that. I remember him outrunning Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, but that was like a
crazy,
10-9 game.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was a very low-scoring game.
It seemed like he had one game where it was
maybe Alabama.
It may have been Alabama.
I was going to go Trey Mason, 2013 SEC championship. 304 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns.
What about the other Trey Smith in that Iron Bowl?
Yeah, that 2013, because that Missouri team was legit, and they could not stop him. I mean, could not stop him.
What was that, 55-44, something like that?
59-42, something like that.
Great game until the fourth quarter.
What we got?
Otani, game 4 of last year's NLCS, pitched 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, 3 walks, and also hit 3 solo home runs.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
that was
in the playoffs.
Wasn't 12 runs batted in like I initially said, but it was pretty dang good
Everything
game.
gets embellished.
It
Struck
really
out
does.
10.
Struck
in
out
6
10.
innings
That's like
as well.
batting 12 in if you strike out 10. Sean Alexander, Alabama's first win at Auburn, 99. Like they ran him every play in the fourth quarter. He had like 100 rush yards in the fourth quarter.
Better
or something.
his burst on the scene at LSU
I think he
game,
had
yeah.
291 rush yards
I was
and
at
4
that game,
touchdowns. And didn't even play the first half, I don't think.
Well, he didn't start because he would never block in practice.
Yeah, Stallings didn't like the way he practiced, so he never played him. And then when he finally played,
seemed like a lazy practice player.
Well, Gene Stallings said he was said as much. But once he got on the field, Stallings was like,
pretty damn good.
We're going to have to ignore practice.
What was
Apparently.
that? 4 touchdowns, 291?
291, 4 touchdowns, as I remember.
I was
it.
at that game that night.
Yeah.
I mean, LSU could not stop him. They just couldn't stop him.
Fun night. I took a bicycle. No, that was a different time.
What's that called?
Rickshaw.
The handsome cat?
The rickshaw, yeah.
Also, again, for Alabama, Devontae Smith in the national championship game against Ohio State. That was, that was PlayStation. He broke his arm.
They pulled him early, right?
Well, he broke his arm. Remember? He broke his arm and it still had like 200 some odd receiving yards.
Third down.
Okay, I kind of asked a similar question a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to do it anyway because on this date in 1993, Lorena Bobbitt cut off her husband John Wayne's junk. I asked you guys the craziest news story. That didn't even pop up when we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I mean, since then, we have had maternal
What's crazier
instinct.
is that they found it.
Yeah, right. The ants didn't get it. We did have the Crazy Maternal Instinct documentary that everybody has been watching the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet.
Not yet.
It is the dumbest collection of people ever.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. Like, they can't form sentences.
The husband in that is something else.
I mean, what do you think his IQ is, Forrester? Seriously.
It's not very high.
Yeah, a negative. I think that's one of the more sensational stories. I don't know if you can get worse than your wife cutting off your junk
That's
and throwing
pretty
it,
bad.
throwing
Yeah,
it in
that's
the
pretty
lawn.
bad. Yeah.
That's a bad day.
Yeah, didn't the cop find it? Isn't that what happened? Didn't the cops come?
I believe a cop found it, and then they brought it to the hospital, reattached it, and then I want to say Lorena broke back into the hospital later to try and cut it off again.
Wow, she was serious about this.
Determined.
That's determination.
Yes, that is.
I am. I'm glad they didn't have a bullet or a
Stick-to-itiveness.
chili because that junk would have gotten eaten.
Yeah. Oof. Bad meal. So what's the question? Is there a
No,
question?
just I mean, like sensational news stories that you
Oh.
can remember. I mean, does anything top that?
Yeah,
Because
that's
when
gonna be
I threw it
hard.
out a
That's a high
couple of weeks
bar.
ago, we
Yeah.
talked about the crazy Hoover lady that worked up the street.
Yeah, the baby kidnapping
Carly
thing.
Russell.
Yeah.
I always go OJ to me. I mean, when
I know.
that first started, I never believed. I was like, "What are they saying? OJ
I know.
Simpson? Are you serious?
remember
There's
the
no
woman
way
asked-
OJ Simpson?
I
did
know,
this.
and the way it unfolded, like they end the U.S. Open coverage from Oakmont, and they go right to the chase, and then the NBA Finals keeps getting interrupted by
No,
Tom
I mean, when it
Brokaw.
first broke, and it was like before the chase, because when the chase happened, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
he's driving
clearly.
away, something's up. But
Yeah.
when they first, they're like, this is at O.J. Simpson's house, and he's standing in the lawn, and I was like, there's, O.J. may be involved in this. And I was like, there's no way O.J. Simpson's involved in this.
Did seem impossible. Do you guys remember when the female astronaut put on a diaper?
Yeah, it
when
was
she
a
was
trash
having the
story.
affair and
Yeah.
drove straight across the country
From Houston to somewhere in Florida, as
Yeah,
I
I
remember
think
it.
so.
Yeah.
Cape Canaveral?
I don't know.
It
if
might have been.
It might have been from Cape Canaveral to Houston. Maybe that was it. Yeah, but she wore a diaper, so she wouldn't have to stop.
One of the craziest ones I've heard in sports was the Minnesota Love Boat story back in 2005. I don't know if you guys remember
I
that
do
story.
remember that. Yeah,
That one was
Where they rented the boat out
the
on
yacht.
the lake.
Yeah, on the Great Lake.
Yeah, HR did not win that case, did they?
I tell you what I remember. The day we were talking about that, I had Mike Dubose on, and there was a Wikipedia story. I think I've told this before that he got a nut crushed against Notre Dame.
Yeah, he lost a testicle.
Yeah, and asked him that in the interview.
Yeah, how did he?
What did he say?
He was completely confused, like baffled.
I'm gonna guess that was a wrong entry on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Then I think you would remember that.
Goose in the chat put this headline: Dwarf porn star Chef Gordon Ramsay lookalike, dwarf porn star Chef Gordon Ramsay lookalike killed by badger.
I don't remember that story. How did that not make trash?
Yeah.
Well, you might need to pull that for trash. We need to get a little deeper in that.
Yeah, I need to see when that
that's
happened.
pretty incredible.
That's pretty wild.
So there's a porn star who looks like Gordon Ramsay.
Right.
That was killed by a badger.
He's a little
also
person.
has dwarfism
Yes.
and
Yeah.
is also getting in situations where they're getting in confrontations with badgers.
Yeah.
Is he the one that goes bam?
That's
Gordon
Emil.
Ramsay? No, Gordon Ramsay's the one that hates everything.
Okay.
Oh, it's just terrible.
We'll do it live.
That's,
somebody
that's
else.
Bill O'Reilly.
Emil or Emerald
not a
that
shelf.
does the bam.
Yes.
Fourth down.
Shut it down.
On this day in 1979, the Charlie Daniels Band released
Bum, bum,
The
bum.
Devil Went Down to Georgia.
He's looking for a soul to steal. He's way behind because he's in a bind, looking to make a deal.
Is that the biggest crossover in music history?
No, Choosing Texas. Went number 1. I don't think Devil Went Down to
Devil
Georgia.
Went Down to Georgia for sure.
On
was
Hot
number one.
100.
I'm pretty sure.
You think
yeah.
it hit number 1?
Yeah.
On
Really?
the Hot 100.
Yeah. That will.
Like
that
Casey Kasem said.
It will, and that's still an iconic song. The chick that you guys were talking about yesterday might be.
Ella Langley?
Yeah, might be a great song, but it won't be something we'll be talking about in 30 years.
It was number 1 on the Hot 100.
Yeah, Devil Went Down to Georgia is an iconic song, though. I don't know if Choosing Texas is.
Right. Yeah, there's no way.
Devil Went Down to Georgia.
I mean, obviously number 1 in country music, but it was a Hot 100 number 1.
I would think so. Yeah.
It reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100,
Yeah.
man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Different kind of crossover, but Walk This Way with Aerosmith.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
Run
a great
DMC
call.
Yeah, that's a good
was
one.
Oh,
Probably
that is
the
a
biggest
great
one of its
And I
time.
I like that. I like that version so much better too.
Well,
The
and what it
music
did
video
for
was cool.
Yeah.
for the
Steven
hip hop
Tyler,
genre
like, banging
back then.
the microphone against the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that was massive for hip hop.
yeah.
Agreed.
Well, that's a good one. I don't know that I can top that one.
What about Swinging from John Anderson?
Never a big fan. Was it? No, it wasn't number 1. On the,
I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, it might have been.
I remember
We've
it
had
was
some
huge.
freaking bad music at number 1.
Yeah, I was never. John Anderson, Seminole Win I can handle.
Just a swinging.
I never liked that song, but it was. I remember when it came out, it was massive.
Now, wasn't Elvira big too?
The
The
Oak
Oak
Ridge
it was
Boys.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it ever
Hated
reached
that
number
one
1.
too.
Yeah, I wonder if they hit number 1.
They did in the country, but not the Hot 100.
Looking it up real quick, Rhinestone Cowboy was the number 1 on the Hot 100 as well as the country charts. By,
Glenn Campbell.
Glenn Campbell, yeah.
Yep. I've got the most people ever. I had to save for a slow day. I'll throw it here. Most number 1 hits in Hot 100 history. The Hot 100 didn't begin until 1958. Now, this is just 1,192 songs have reached number 1 in the Hot 100 history from Billboard magazine. Number 1 on the list of artists to have number 1 songs is
Mariah Carey.
Number 2, Mariah Carey, 19.
Rihanna.
Rihanna, number 3.
Wow, you're good at
14.
this. If you could only get number 1.
I mean, I'll go
tied with Taylor Swift, 14.
Okay.
Rihanna, and tied with
Beyonce.
Drake, 14. Drake. What?
Beyonce.
No, Madonna.
Madonna is a top 10. She's 12. The obvious number 1, guys. It started in 1958.
Elvis?
The Beatles?
The Beatles, 20.
Oh, I thought we were
29
going
songs.
female artists. That's why I continue to.
Yeah. Well, you were hammering it, though.
Yeah.
You got a 4 of the female artists. Beatles with 20. Mariah with 19. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake all tied with 14. Michael Jackson, 13. Madonna, 12. The Supremes, 12. Whitney Houston, 11. And then Ariana, Janet Jackson, Bruno Mars, and Stevie Wonder all tied with 10. So nobody else has double-digit number 1s. But only 1,192 songs since 1958 have made it to number 1 on the weekly charts.
Do you know according to the robot, the longest running number 1 song in Billboard Top Hot 100? It was 19 weeks at number 1. You will never guess this in a million years.
Can you give the time frame?
I'll tell you, it's been in the last 10 years. It's been 2019. I'll give you the years, 2019.
Oh, I know what it is. Old Town Road.
Old Town Road by Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, my God.
Longest running number 1 of all time.
I think I remember
That's a big crossover right there.
I was about to say, that's probably your answer.
Did that hit country number 1?
Nobody considered that a country song.
But did it answer
It
the
was
question?
made
Did it
it.
hit
Ray
country
was
number
rapping.
1?
So they consider the Florida-Georgia line, they consider that country, right?
Beyonce. She hit number 1 in the country.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Coincidentally, Achy Breaky Heart crossed over.
God,
and
what a terrible song.
went up the.
I bet it was number 1.
It might have been. Old Town Road. I cannot believe I'm looking this up. God, there is so much on this chart. Here we go. Weekly charts.
Hot 100 country.
I mean, it reached number 1 just about everywhere. Monthly charts. Is it monthly or weekly? What am I looking at here?
Weekly Hot 100 country.
I mean, it's got all the nationalities here. All-time charts, U.S. Billboard Hot 100. It's sticking in. I'll have to look it up, man. It's got Russia, Norway, New Zealand.
That's our 4 Downs.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Brought to you by our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt. Also today, by our friends at Hemp Hill Services, LT.
205-229-2090, the phone number that I have unfortunately had to call a lot. Again, never ideal when something goes down in your home or business, but it is awesome to have a name like Hemp Hill that you can trust. And Birmingham has trusted since 1954. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. From the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777. Or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Champy's Chicken brings you the final hour of the show. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Great chance to go by there and have a destination lunch or dinner location. When friends are in town, I don't know about you guys, it's always a struggle, especially if they're from the north and they want to, let's get some good Southern food. I'm like, I don't know where to take them. And then I'm like, let's go to Champy's Chicken for lunch or dinner because that's good Southern food right there. The in-house made sides, the hand-cut chicken fingers, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. When tailgate season rolls around in 67 days, Champy's Chicken is great to take to your tailgate. But it's fun at the lake and the pool, too. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Brown and I were just talking in the commercial break. Our buddy Chuck Dunlap at the SEC office pointing out something very interesting when it comes to the streaks about the SEC and national championships.
Here's the one that jumped out at me. I'll let you handle the streaks. Chuck Dunlap, who handles a lot of the communications for the Southeastern Conference, points out, how many Oklahoma players do you think were all SEC first team, second team, or all freshman team?
This year?
This year.
I am going
This
to...
is in baseball, obviously, and it was announced 4 weeks ago today, by the way, as he points out.
0.
That'd be a 0, and they won the national championship. 0 all SEC first team, second team, or all freshman players, and they just won the national championship.
I mean, guys, this really is an unbelievable Cinderella story, and because it's baseball, it doesn't get as much love. But in basketball terms,
This would have been Ole Miss winning the national championship last year.
in football,
Yeah.
with Pete Golding.
Yep.
In basketball terms, this would have been the equivalent of a team in Dayton winning it all.
And
making a run.
They've come somewhat close, I guess.
Yeah, they've been to Final Four.
VCU.
Yeah.
This was UConn with Shabazz.
Great name, by the way.
When they were a 4 or 5 seed.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go too deep because no 8 or 9 seeds ever, or nobody lower than an 8's ever won it in basketball. So this feels kind of like an 8 seed.
Yeah. But who was the last SEC team in last year that made the tournament?
In basketball?
Yeah.
Oof.
Auburn just
missed. I'm trying to remember.
Was it A&M?
Texas was in, and they went first 4 to Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Texas
right.
was in Dayton and went to the Sweet 16.
If Texas had gone on and won it all, this would have been what Oklahoma just did.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just like we accept it in baseball, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is different, though.
Yeah, it's like the nature of the game in baseball. We just accept it. And I don't feel like we get this in other sports.
Yeah. All right, we're about to do the spotlight. Tyler, if you'll get ready to hit that in just a second. I'll remind you that we're 67 days away from the start of the college football season, our Innisfree countdown to kickoff. 67 days, your game day tradition. Our friends at Innisfree, let's hit the spotlight.
The College Football Spotlight.
It's presented by our guy, Alexander Shunnarah. Shunnarah Trial Attorneys, the place to go. No matter the legal issue you face, Shunnarah.com. Shunnarah.com, you don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys. This is a Birmingham guy, born in Birmingham, grew up in Birmingham, went to UAB, and he wanted to start his firm in Birmingham to take care of the people of his community, and he has done just that. Fire and storm damage claims, bad drug and device claims, employment, workers' compensation, and, of course, personal injury. They've recovered more than $2 billion for their clients. $2 billion with a B. That is Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys.
Before I show you Chris Lowe's list at On3 Sports of what we're about to do, I want us to do our own as a group, as a community here. SEC tiers of the college football playoffs, starting at the bottom. No chance to make the playoffs. We all agree on Arkansas.
Clearly.
Yes.
We'll start there as we continue to kick them right between the legs.
Yeah.
Give me another team you guarantee no chance at making the college football playoffs from the SEC.
Mississippi State.
Okay, that's pretty easy there. We've gone too deep. Anybody else you put in the no chance category? Kentucky. I don't have a problem with that. I'll go Vandy.
I'll go Vandy, too.
No Vandy there.
Or if you're going to go Vandy, you're going to go South Carolina?
I would go South Carolina.
Yep.
Okay.
I would
South
too.
Carolina.
Yeah. I would go Auburn.
I think I would go Auburn.
I think I would go Auburn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I would go Missouri.
I think I would go Missouri.
Yeah. Wow. These are all no chances.
No chances.
All right.
That is 7 deep.
I'm going Tennessee.
Tennessee, no chance.
Wow,
I mean,
yeah.
you can make it not unanimous and we can stop. Tennessee.
I mean, I would probably go Florida before I went Tennessee.
I was.
Were you going to go Florida?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go unanimous on Florida.
Okay, now I've got one category above this, a dark horse or horses to make the playoffs. Do you want to pull anybody out and put into the dark horse category?
Ole Miss would be the dark horse for me. Although just won multiple games in the college football playoff based on their schedule and first-year head coach and all the expectations.
Well, we spit out 10 really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to the top. Locks to make the playoffs. No way they miss it.
Georgia.
I mean, if we're looking for unanimous, and I am going to pick Texas to win the national championship in all likelihood, but I don't think I'd call them a lock.
Well, I don't think they lose more than 3 games. And back to the conversation we had with Clad, I think 9-3 Texas gets in. So I think Texas and Georgia are your locks, and I think that's it.
Okay.
I was only going to go Georgia.
So Georgia, Texas. I'll make the deciding vote. I'll put Texas as a lock.
And I mean, you can convince me of it. Again, I'm going to pick them to win the national championship, but
I'm not.
I can also see, I'm putting a lot of faith in Steve Sarkisian, he finds ways to lose games.
I feel the most comfortable with the second tier, these 4 teams that I think could be in the college football playoff or could just miss it. But I think they're all going to be really good. Yeah.
Contenders is next.
That's Alabama.
That's
LSU. That's A&M. And
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've covered everybody.
Now, Oklahoma's scary based on their win total because I took a look at doing the over, what are they, 7.5?
Yeah.
Was that right?
Tough schedule. Yeah.
7.5.
No, because I looked at them at under, Lance, thinking maybe I could catch them at 8.5, and I would take the under there. But 7.5,
But can you imagine if they go 7-5, the disappointment?
I can, but look at that schedule. Scott's showing it to you right there.
No,
I'll find you 5 losses in a hurry right here.
Michigan, Georgia, Texas,
Ole Miss, Texas
A&M. There's 5.
That's 5 that I don't even have to blink to think about.
But I think
they're going to have to beat somebody to not be 7-5.
That's right.
But the thing is, Oklahoma's in a better spot, at least program-wise, right now than Michigan. I mean, it's close. So, that's going to be a coin flip game.
But Ole Miss and A&M are both on the road right there.
But it seems like Oklahoma-Texas is one of the most unpredictable games.
Yeah.
I mean,
or wait a minute, those are at home.
Those are home. Whites are always home.
Whites are. I'll get it, just like the jersey they'll wear on the road, right? Yeah. No. I mean, that's a 7-5 looking schedule.
No, I could see them 7-5, but I could also see them 9-3 and getting into the college football playoff based on the difficulty of that schedule.
That's a tough schedule.
I mean, look, you just tell me how good Mateer is going to be.
And then we'll know.
Last year, not very.
Yeah, I mean,
at the end of the year, he wasn't very good.
If he is a letter grade better than he was last year, they'll be back in the college football playoff.
So our locks are Georgia and Texas. Our contenders are Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss. We put dark horse.
Whoa. Ole Miss was dark horse.
Excuse me, Oklahoma. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I put OU. Look like OLE. Alabama, LSU, A&M, Oklahoma are contenders. Ole Miss is the dark horse. And then we go 9 deep with no chances.
Okay,
Arkansas,
let's
Mississippi State, Kentucky, Vandy, South Carolina, Auburn, Missouri,
do it
Tennessee,
like this,
and Florida.
Real quick, snake draft. Start with you, and then Browns 3, and then back. Let's just
make
do
the
3.
playoffs.
Do 3 teams that have got to make the playoffs. I mean, if your life depended on it, you get first pick.
Just to make the playoffs, Georgia because of the schedule.
Okay,
Texas.
I'll take. Well, I got next. I got Texas.
I wanted Texas.
Brown is choosing Texas.
I get to pick 2, huh?
Yeah.
And this is where it gets tough. I'll be consistent. I took Alabama over, so I'll take Alabama.
And conventional thinking now would say you're choosing between LSU, A&M, Oklahoma, or Ole Miss.
I will take LSU.
Okay, I'll take A&M.
It works out. He gave me first. This is like you could always figure it out. Like, did you guys ever have
you get the next
in elementary school that the girl would do this,
and flip it
no
up
matter what she would do, it'd be like
kiss me.
Yeah, it'd be something that she wanted or wanted to make fun of you.
That's
right. So I've got either Oklahoma, Ole Miss, or one from the 9 others.
Yep. Well, you get 2 here, right?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. Good luck.
This close you out.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I don't buy Oklahoma. I'm gonna take Ole Miss and Florida.
Wow. Okay, I'll take Oklahoma.
I'll take Tennessee. And Tennessee is the one that if I had to make a case for somebody to move from 0 chance to dark horse, I would make the case for Tennessee. Don't feel great about it. I'm just saying, we have to, if Jim said, guys, For Brooks' graphic, we're going to need 2 dark horses. Brooks has told us we need at least 2 dark horses for the graphic. I would say.
Oh, he does this all the time, by the way. He's such a demanding graphic.
Well, I know he's a demanding graphic designer. So I would say Tennessee is who I would make the case for.
Well, look, Josh
I made
Heupel's
you pick one SEC team as your top dog.
Josh Heupel's been there before, and look, based on the draft order, you kind of got stuck where you were. But like, I think all 3 of your teams could easily miss the college football.
100%.
Like,
I hate
think
my draft.
Dunaway's got. I mean, back to our point, 1 guarantee. I feel like I've got 1 guarantee. I feel like I'll get 2 of the 3.
No, I hated my draft. I mean, that's my whole point is I hated it.
Yeah.
But Tennessee is just I don't want what they're going to be at quarterback. I don't love their schedule.
This Tennessee thing is going to get stale real quick. And you know what's going to happen? And you'll see the graph probably this year, and I could be completely wrong. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see Josh Heupel into his Tennessee career only has 1 more win than Butch Jones had.
Yeah, if we start doing that comparison side by side.
I'm going to look at it real quick.
Faison Brandon is, Dunaway, this is your starter, apparently, Faison Brandon. At Georgia Tech, now Lance just told you he does not like Georgia Tech this year, but, that is far from a gimme.
Yeah, but should be 3-0 going to play
hosting
Texas at home. Yep.
Hosting Auburn. I say you probably split those. You're at Arkansas. You better win that one.
Yeah, 5-1 though, going to the back half of the schedule.
So now I'm back half of the schedule. So now I've got Alabama, Texas A&M, LSU. I'm 5-1. I probably need to win 2 of those 3.
No worse than 8-4 for sure.
I don't think they're worse than 8-4. But if I'm going to make a campaign for them to be in the playoffs, you're going to be 5-1 unless you upset Texas. This is your hope. I'm not giving them the Auburn game. I'm just saying you hope. All right, we come out of the first half at 5-1. Now the back half, I've got Alabama, Texas A&M, LSU. I host 2 of those, and I got to win 2 of the 3. That's doable. That's how you become a dark horse. But there again, I don't know if they're good enough to do that. I don't know if they're good enough to be 5-1. Can they beat Auburn at home?
Okay,
Can they beat Georgia Tech on the road?
Completely wrong on this.
Him versus Butch
through
Jones?
4 years, 30-21 for Butch and 37-15 for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna be a comparison.
Yeah. We got viewing menu still to come in a moment. Before we get to that, we will get to the biggest bust in draft history, all sports combined, from our friends at Bleacher Report, since the NBA draft is tonight, brought to you by our friends at New York Butcher Shop.
New York Butcher Shop, a great place to pick up a couple of steaks if you're going to sit back, watch World Cup action, the NBA draft tonight as well. Fantastic food. I talked about the baked ziti I got there this past weekend, the delicious fillets, all of the sides made in-house fresh every single day. Stop in, see Jim and that incredible staff of butchers. Make sure you already have 4th of July on your radar and what you're going to be doing as far as the meats you'll be grilling out. Make sure they come from the New York Butcher Shop. Price point is incredible. Rare quality, well-done service. 2 locations, Cava Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. It is the New York Butcher Shop.
Biggest draft bust of all time, all sports here.
Kwame Brown.
I'm going to give you the top 25, and one is probably bad timing for somebody to be doing this list. Number 25 all time, the Baltimore Colts traded up to pick number 4 overall, Art Schlichter.
Yikes.
In 1982. He was also gambling on sports back then, before he even got to the NFL. As a rookie and out-of-shape Schlichter lost the starting job to the immortal Mike Pagel, I guess.
Never heard of
P-A-G-E-L.
Now, did they know he was gambling? Did Ohio State already know it, or did it come out later?
So I think they did. I never saw Schlichter play. People said he was a complete stud, though.
By 1983, he was suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
So by his second season, he was already suspended indefinitely.
Art Schlichter just does not. It sounds like a slimy gambler. It does not sound like a stud quarterback.
No, it really does.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody that's got the gold pinky ring and wears the set of a jumper like a Tony Soprano,
velour jumper,
a Bali Walnuts.
Yeah.
They have Mark Appel, A-P-P-E-L.
Mark Appel, the pitcher. Yeah,
the pitcher. He was drafted 8th overall.
Kansas City.
He was drafted 8th overall by the Pirates and went back to Stanford. He said, no, thank you. Went back to Stanford, ended up being picked number 1 overall by the Houston Astros.
Yep.
I think he did end up pitching a little for Kansas City.
I think baseball probably.
Never had a win.
Yeah.
Brian Taylor for the Yankees.
Van
Todd
Poppel.
Van Poppel.
Yeah, baseball is going to be all over this.
Yeah. Adam Morrison is next at 23
From
on this
Gonzaga?
list. Number 3 overall,
Yeah.
Charlotte Bobcats.
Yeah, I forgot he was that high.
Very, very average.
22,
NBA player.
Kajana Carter, number 1 overall, running back, and injuries with the Bengals.
It was, and then Corey Dillon was his backup, and every time Dillon would play, it seemed like he tore it up, and it just became to a point where they couldn't start.
Well,
Carter
Kajana,
anymore.
his first carry in preseason for the Bengals, he blew his knee.
Yeah.
Yep.
He never recovered. Now, I'll never forget, I don't know if you guys remember watching, this is just a random thing I remember. Corey Dillon set the NFL single-game rushing record, and I think it was a Sunday night football game on ESPN. And they couldn't play Corey Dillon every play, so they'd have to put Carter in. And they put Carter in, and he'd gain like 1 yard, and the crowd would boo him. And then they'd swap Dillon back in, the crowd would go crazy, and he'd run for 10, 12 yards. And it just got so uncomfortable in the fourth quarter of that game because Dillon was going after the record, but they couldn't keep him in there every play. And every time Carter would come in, they would boo him.
Remember how bad the Lions used to be?
Yep.
21st on this list from Bleacher Report. Number 2 overall, wide receiver Charles Rogers.
Out of Michigan State. Broke his collarbone early, and that was when Matt Millen was the general manager, and he was doing nothing but drafting receivers after receiver.
Every year, yep.
Number 20 on this list, number 2 overall. Remember when the Jets used to be bad? Zach Wilson.
God, it's not that long ago, huh? Boy, that's in the top 25, huh?
Yeah. Number 19 on this list, Tim Couch, number 1 overall, Cleveland.
Yeah, out of Kentucky. Kentucky quarterback going number 1. And
I
it was the
remember-
air raid offense. I mean, he put up massive numbers.
Couch and the Browns came in to play the Rams the season they went to the Super Bowl in that, or the very next season. I remember he seemed very comfortable as quarterback in the NFL his first year, and then it just gradually went down.
Next on the list, number 3 overall, Heath Shuler, Washington.
I remember, he had the debate of whether to go or not go. He was the random left-hander, right? Was it Shuler left-handed and wore like number 22?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We wore number 22.
He did wear 22.
Yeah, that was always weird. But just didn't work out for the Redskins.
Couch was 22 and 37 his career as a starter. Heath Shuler, number 3 overall, 8 and 14. That's not a lot of starts.
No.
Number 3 overall. LaRue Martin. Never heard of him. Number 1 overall, 1972 Portland Trailblazers.
The fact you've never heard of him says all you need to know.
Hashim Thabit, number 2 overall to the Memphis Grizzlies in 2009.
Is he out of Georgetown?
No. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of Georgetown?
UConn.
UConn. Yeah, so
yeah.
I knew it was one of the big East schools.
Yeah, and he spent more time in the G League.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to know this. Nail Yakupov, number 1 overall to the Edmonton Oilers. Played in 62 games his whole career. Mikael Fultz, Fultz.
Washington Wizards.
Number 1 overall, 76ers.
Okay. He was out of Washington.
Yep.
That was my confusion.
10.2 points per game. Didn't play a long, long time. Another hockey guy, number 1 overall, didn't do anything. Michael Olowokandi.
Oh, yeah. The Clippers.
Number 1 overall
Out of
to
Pacific.
The Candy Man.
The Clippers. Yep. Played in 500 games. That's it. Averaged 8 a game. Achilles Smith.
I mean, hell, that'll get you paid $10 million a year now.
Achilles Smith out of Oregon State, though.
Out of Oregon.
Oregon, excuse me. Yeah, was.
Number 3 overall, also to the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, a stud college quarterback, and again, it was the Bengals.
But I think it was a one-year situation. They played in a Rose Bowl. It was under Rich Brooks. But I think he was still viewed as kind of a Lenore Sellers.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
Trey Lance is next on this list. We've watched that happen.
What is crazy, though, is most of these wrecked a franchise. San Francisco actually flourished after screwing that up because they got so lucky with Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Number 1 overall in the 1991 Major League Baseball draft to the Yankees. Brian Taylor. How do you remember that name?
Well, he was the first $1 million guy as far as a signing bonus. And I remember he was pumping on the jugs right at 100, but then he got in a big brawl. And he broke his arm, and I think he did something to his rotator cuff, and he was never the same. But a lot of that was off field.
Was he straight high school?
Yep.
So he was high school to the majors. Huh?
Defending his brother in an altercation at a bar, suffered a major shoulder injury in Double-A, missed the entire 94 season, returned to the mound, never making it past Single-A at that point.
So sad.
Number 1 overall, played in 100 games his major league career. Kwame Brown into the top 10 now, number 1 overall.
Yeah, with the Wizards, I would have put Kwame Brown at number 1 maybe.
Tony Mandarich, number 2 overall to the Green Bay Packers.
He still ended up, I don't know if you guys remember when Jim Harbaugh quarterbacked the Colts into the AFC Championship game against Pittsburgh.
I do.
Yeah, when Neil O'Donnell was on the other side. But Mandarich actually started on that offensive line for the Colts. So, he didn't live up to the hype, but, he did play. And he came on our show.
I do. I remember that. But he was on the Sports Illustrated cover, right? Basically,
that's right. It was a great article because it talked about his calorie count.
Yeah, basically, he was almost a genetically engineered offensive lineman. Is the way they presented him. Is like, this is if God wanted to create an offensive lineman, he created Tony Mandarich, and it just didn't work.
Number 6 on the list is Sam Bowie, the guy picked before Michael Jordan.
Well, that's what makes it even. He didn't have a great career, but when you know that the Trailblazers passed on Michael Jordan.
That's back when bigs were so important in the NBA. Yeah. He was so dominant at Kentucky, but couldn't stay healthy. I know Greg Oden's got to be on this list.
Next, Greg Oden, number 1 overall to Portland Trailblazers.
Them and the Bengals are on here a lot, aren't they?
How many are left?
4. Darko Milicic.
Yep, from Detroit. That was in the 2003-2004 draft.
2003, yep.
And so it gets hyped up because you look at LeBron, you look at D. Wade, you look at Carmelo Anthony, and Milicic was in the middle of those guys, and Detroit took him and passed on a couple of the other guys, and obviously those other guys are Hall of Famers now.
Anthony Bennett, number 1 overall in 2013 to the Cavs. Ryan Leaf, number 2, and then always
Jamarcus
Russell.
Leaf, he gets, not that Leaf had a really good career. He didn't justify the number 1 pick, but there again, it's a little bit like Bowie over Jordan because it was Leaf or Manning.
Well, let me ask you, who quarterbacked more games in the NFL, Ryan Leaf or Jamarcus Russell?
I guess Ryan Leaf. Do you have the answer?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's close, but I actually think it's Jamarcus.
Jamarcus Russell quarterbacked 31 games, Ryan Leaf 25 games.
Wow.
He was 4-17 as a starter, Ryan Leaf was. Jamarcus Russell was 7-18, but he played in 31.
I saw Jamarcus Russell play for Williamson High School, and he was a transcendent player. And then at LSU, he was kind of the same, wasn't he?
Throw it a mile.
Yeah, it was always, the question about him was always the work ethic and the film study and stuff like that, and the Raiders just choose to ignore that.
We are going to see some bust, obviously, tonight. I don't know if you can have a bust in the first 4. And then I would throw Akoff. I don't know where he's going to go. I know Sacramento wants him at 7. But I think Peterson, if he is motivated, we don't know.
Again, this is a guy
Devontae is going to be great. Yeah. Boozer's going to be great. And I think Caleb Wilson's going to be great. I think those 4 guys are – Peterson, again.
He was just such an enigma at Kansas, Lance. It is so hard to know what actually went on there.
But a 6'4" guy that can play the point and has a 6'10" wingspan.
7 p.m. ABC. A little rumor, not that I think it will happen. Just keep an eye on Walker Kessler. They're not really giving Walker Kessler maybe the money he deserves.
Man, I don't know about that. They're offering him more. And look, Walker Kessler's played really well. He is a rebounding and shot blocking machine. But he has been offered more money than anybody his age that is yet to make an all-star team. So they're offering him like $40-45 million a year. But you're right, he's not happy. And there's a chance Utah could deal him.
They can move him tonight. Former Auburn star there, to keep an eye on him this evening. By the way,
and I've heard to the Celtics, by the way.
Ooh.
Like Jaylen Brown.
So do you think Jaylen Brown will be part of a package there? Because
Jaylen could end up going to Utah, and then Kessler, which, tell me if you've ever seen a big white guy in a Boston uniform before.
I have, yes. It's normally worked.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat much earlier said there's also a Jaylen Brown to the Mavericks rumor, too.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, big moment for the Mavericks getting a head coach and Jaylen Brown and all that.
You wouldn't trade a number 1 for him, though, would you?
Oh, you would for Jaylen? Hell yeah, for Jaylen Brown.
Well, they got the 9th pick.
Why does Boston want to get rid of him?
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, I think that they've gone too past on dangling him out there. It's still Jason Tatum's team. I think that's what would happen is you would give up the
9th pick,
the 9th and something
else.
You would have to give more than that for Jaylen Brown. If you could trade just a 9th for Jaylen Brown where he is in his career,
would it surprise you if Dusty May already knows that and that's one reason he made this?
No, not at all.
If they went to him and look, we can't say this publicly, it's got to stay private, but draft night we've already got the deal done.
Or he could have said, hey, look, I'll take the job, but it's contingent on this.
Yeah,
and part of that is we're bringing Jaylen Brown in.
7 o'clock ABC tonight. That's what.
NBA
fans are watching.
The NBA draft, I used to love it. And then it got to the point with the European invasion.
You didn't know anybody was getting drafted. Yeah.
I think we're back to it. I mean, with a lot of these guys making millions of dollars and playing an extra year or two in college basketball, I think it'll be a fun draft to watch tonight.
They make a name for themselves in college. Michelson Laser Vision and what Tyler and Lance are watching.
205-969-8100. That is the number you need to call. When you call that number, ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She is going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, they are the best in the business. Make the phone call that I made back in 2003. For more information, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
All right, we've got a new wacky movie release. It was a trash story. It is Hungry. This hippo isn't playing games.
Yeah.
It follows thrill-seeking tourists on a riverboat tour through the treacherous Louisiana swamplands. Lured off the beaten path by the promise of an exclusive adventure, they soon find themselves fighting for survival against a ravenous hippopotamus lurking beneath the bayou's murky waters.
Well, they're responsible for the most mammal deaths on humans per year, over 500 per year, just in Africa.
It's another.
Of course, I guess that's one of the few places they are, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and then
you don't find them in the Coosa
because of Pablo Escobar.
Yeah. We talk about this with polar bears, hippos. That's one of the animals that we have made look very friendly in cartoons. And they are not friendly at all.
Nope.
They want to drag you under the water and drown you.
They are more territorial than the Crips or the Bloods.
Yes.
Correct.
Polar bears, apex predators, and we make polar bears look all friendly, and all they want is Coke.
Man, I saw a chick pulled out of a polar bear. She jumped in like a dumbass, and they got her out. I mean, it mauled her pretty good.
Oh my God, polar bear!
There was two of them coming after her.
All right. Well, that movie is available on Apple TV and YouTube for rental. I couldn't find any
Wait, you got to
theaters.
pay to watch it?
Yeah, I couldn't find any theaters showing this.
Really, that's shocking.
Well, this might be an edible night with a little hungry.
Not a dime for that.
Speaking of Apple, so I stumbled into this show. I talked about it on the next reel. I know we got to go back and you've got to edit a little bit of that before it goes out. But Unconditional on Apple, I think you guys would like this. It's an Israeli, like kind of a thriller, espionage. More so, this girl, this woman goes on a trip with her daughter from Israel. They're coming back through Russia, and daughter gets busted with drugs. And it's taken a lot of turns. But it's been really good. I've seen 3 or 4 episodes. It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
I'm doing my Mad Men rewatch, and the most unsensitive line of all time. They couldn't even send a whole reporter. From Roger Sterling last night. The guy who was interviewing Don, he gets up and hobbles away, and they're like, that's how cheap they are. They couldn't even send a whole reporter.
Yeah.
Roger Sterling's one-liner.
So it's like,
he is one of the best.
See, I've been able to go back and rewatch it through y'all's eyes of your love for Roger Sterling.
He's the best character on there.
The first time I just watched it to consume it, but I've gone back and watched it through the eyes of Roger Sterling.
John Slattery was genius on that show.
Oh, he was incredible. And I'm a little surprised he doesn't get more work.
Yeah.
That's another show I need to see.
Oh, you've never watched Mad Men?
I have not.
By the way, when we did, and again, we got editing to do on the next reel, Tyler's 5 movies that would surprise you shocked me. It is Ryan Brown Jurassic Park level.
Wow.
On some of the movies he has not seen.
Well, I mean, his age impacts a little bit of that, right?
There's no excuse, especially with his love for movies. I was telling Maddie, I was like, he hasn't seen this, and this. There were 4 that were like mind-blowing.
But I mean, if you're going to see current stuff now, if he's going to the theater like he is, seeing current crap, doesn't have time for the classics,
but this is still somewhat current stuff.
Oh, yeah. There was a good mix from 80s, 90s, current stuff. It's things you would assume that I would have seen.
Could be out by noon tomorrow, maybe?
That's the goal.
Okay.
That's the goal.
I mean, blown away. Like, not being hyperbolic here. Like, those movies are so in your wheelhouse. But that's I told him I would be so excited. Like, I would plan an extended weekend and just sit back and watch those.
I do have a lot of good movies I could watch.
And you still haven't seen Thief, have you?
No, I still haven't. Still haven't. A lot of World Cup going on. I was watching Jordan versus Algeria till about 1 a.m.
Hey, we didn't bring it up, but Dunaway's boy Lionel had another day. This guy.
He leads World Cup scoring all time.
Got 5 goals.
Mbappe's better, though.
Lionel's a train.
He is.
See, I said that last week. He's going to end up being
Well, Tyler doesn't think so.
He is, well, here's the difference.
Y'all have that Mbappe tunnel vision on goals.
Yeah.
But I am just saying his ability to move, he is Messi, maybe not without the IQ for sure. I mean, Messi's got the best soccer IQ according to most people out there. He just kind of hovers. It's almost like he's loafing, but he's always in the right place and he doesn't miss a kick.
Yeah.
But the Mbappe kid is all over the place. He's a version of Messi that is 10 years younger.
Whereas you're saying Mbappe moves better without the ball because when Messi has the ball, he's really good.
No, that's what I'm
with
saying.
it.
He always they find a way to get him the ball, but Mbappe's just always on the move. Now, back to you saying he's selfish. Like they're in there just to try to get him a hat trick. And it's like everything, and that could be France's ultimate. That could be the
Achilles?
Thorn in the side.
Mbappe doesn't have any help.
Oh, I mean, they are so talented. I think they want everything to go through him.
Yes.
But now, whereas I have read that Ronaldo's actually slowing Portugal down.
Oh yeah.
That him having to play is slowing them down.
Yeah, and they're trying to ride him out for one last World Cup to try and catch Messi in some stats and try and make his case for him being the greatest of all time. He's just not. He's a liability.
Possible draw and play today against Uzbekistan for Portugal.
Really? Is that you got that at Calci?
Another thing that jumped out: the Haaland kid for Norway,
the big neck guy.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got a huge neck.
But I don't know how. Is he 6'5"?
He's massive.
But he might be. Yeah. He's a big old boy.
I just can't believe for his size, his ability to move,
Me neither.
and how soft his feet.
I was watching
that
game last night. I'm like, he is like the most athletic tight end you've ever watched play.
Yeah, I think this is a funny thing about World Cup because so many people
6'5".
Yeah,
different.
he's massive.
Yeah, you can tell he's that big out there, but so many different people hear different stories. Like we're watching last night, Senegal and Norway, and Maddie's like, that guy, that Haaland guy, bought his girlfriend a $300,000 purse.
Jeez.
And I was
hint.
But it's funny though. Like so many people are so dialed in on different things on the World Cup. Like how she knew that this Norseman is buying his girlfriend a $300,000 purse. That's an expensive ass purse.
One of the announcers last night for Holland's second goal had the best line. Holland smashes it in off a volley, and then the announcer goes, and he gets his second one, making it look as effortless as shelling peas.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. It's just like, why shelling peas?
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't get the reference. But
shelling peas sounds like a pain in the ass.
I just thought it was a
peas.
wacky Brit saying stuff.
Yeah. By the way, born in England because his dad was playing for Leeds at the time, and but he's of Norwegian descent.
So does it? But could he have played for England?
I don't know if they have dual citizenship like we do if you're born in England.
What does the girlfriend look like to get a $300,000 purse? Can you pull her here in a minute, Jeeves?
I mean,
he does have that Norseman look, though.
Troy says he's exactly what I would expect a Viking to look like.
Yeah,
I kind of agree.
Yeah. Call casting.
Yeah. We need a Viking.
We need a Viking.
Is that her purse? That's her with a purse? Okay.
That's her with a trophy?
Yeah.
She looks like somebody.
But Lance, for him.
Oh, you know who she looks like? The chick in Breaking Bad that ended up getting involved in the drug business on the other side.
Ooh, I don't remember her.
Oh, you guys remember this when she got involved with Gus
Lydia
and Mike?
Rodart Quayle.
Yeah, pull it. That's her.
Crap.
That's 100%.
How about a tire company? Is the logo?
I saw that.
Sleeve.
Yeah.
Next Round Tire.
Yeah.
Is that not her?
Oh, you're talking about the CEO. Yeah. I forgot about her.
Yeah.
I remember her from Breaking Bread.
I bet she had a $300,000
Breaking Bread.
Breaking Bread. I said Breaking Bread.
Oh, by the way, Jag Taylor in Albuquerque, flying out right now.
Yeah.
He did the Breaking Bad tour yesterday, and they went everywhere.
Did he say
said
it was good?
like, yeah. He said the kid that did it has been doing it since 2014. They went to the dry cleaner. They ate breakfast at El Polo. What is it
Pollo
called?
Yoko?
Yep. They went to Walt White's house.
I bet they hate that.
They went to the car wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it was really awesome.
Also on viewing menu tonight, we kind of pivoted into
yeah.
World Cup. It's all good because I am watching more World Cup than anything else. Netflix has added the movie Begonia to its catalog.
Very good.
This is about the two conspiracy theorists that think that the CEO is an alien, so they kidnap her. It's Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone. And I believe we both said it was one of our favorite movies of last year.
Yeah, I think I had it number one. The back and forth in the acting between Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons is, and it's so preposterous, the storyline.
Right.
It's just incredible stuff.
And then finally tonight, 6 p.m. on AMC, you got Jurassic Park, Brownie. And then you could even watch Lost World right after.
Yeah.
Because it's a double feature.
Skip the Lost World.
Lost World isn't worth
I'll
it.
try.
Watch Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And also, Paramount. You've got at 5 o'clock, The Departed, and then right after, The Dark Knight. So 2 near perfect movies.
Oh, that's a good double right there, yeah.
You know what we should have done on our, I guess we could actually still do this, get them to write down the top 5 movies that they haven't seen, and we'll quickly read it when we go back and re-edit.
Who, me and Dunaway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can drop something in.
So I'll just look at the top 500 movies of all time.
Yeah, you tell me which list you're using. I'll use the same list.
I'll just use
have you guys ever seen Taxi Driver?
No.
Nope.
The Deer Hunter?
Nope.
Nope. That's a war movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, basically Vietnam. Yeah.
I saw Apocalypse Now and Deer Hunter were out about the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watched one, didn't watch the other. I think I saw Apocalypse Now, didn't watch Deer Hunter.
Yeah, Deer
You
Hunter
saw
a little
the
bit
better
before.
one, in my opinion. But Deer Hunter's great.
Yeah, Apocalypse Now better. Have you guys seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Nope.
Yes. Jack Nicholson?
Either of you seen Full Metal Jacket?
Nope.
Ooh, that's a good pull, Scott.
Since we're on the war thing, Platoon.
Yes, I've seen Platoon.
Brown, I think you would like Fury. I wouldn't call it one of the greats,
Yeah.
but it's a World War II movie about Brad Pitt as a tank commander.
Yeah, well, on the IMDb top 100, I'm not getting out of the top 10, Dunaway, so I got mine done.
Okay. I'll do mine in the commercial break.
Have you guys seen Jaws, right? You've seen
I've
Jaws.
seen Jaws,
I saw Jaws
I
in the theater.
bet we could guess which 5 too out of their top
You'll have
10.
to watch next
Well, I tell you what, we'll compare our list, so we'll give you 5 different ones.
Please do.
5 different ones.
You won't get past 15.
Yeah, we will not get past 15.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say neither one of you have seen Citizen Kane.
That's number one on my list.
I've
I wrote
seen
it down.
Citizen Kane.
Okay.
But I'd say I
watched
wouldn't-
film. I had film class in college.
Oh,
so
I
got
would
you.
not recommend something like there's so many good movies like the ones you mentioned you would love. Like there's so many good that they haven't seen. Like Brown would really like Jurassic Park. They wouldn't like Citizen Kane. And that's understandable.
Citizen Kane, I've seen it. It was okay. The bird one where north by the other.
How did you get a bird out of North by Northwest?
Well, not an airplane. They're chasing him in the airplane.
Yeah,
and
that's
I saw
North by
birds.
Northwest.
So I've seen some of the older classics. What's the one on the?
You seen Casablanca?
What's the Casablanca?
Number two on my list.
Okay, you would like Casablanca. It's very good.
Smoking
What
in
about the
classic cinema,
riverboat?
Brownie.
The old riverboat.
The African Queen.
African Queen. Seen
That's
that?
a very good movie too.
Yeah, I've seen those. All in that class, which
Yep.
I made a B+ in, not an A. All right, that's what Tyler's watching. Brought to you by our friends at Michelson. Breaking news before we get to the break. Waiting on this one for a little bit. It's only recruiting, but Auburn gets another 4-star.
Jeez.
Another 4-star recruit for Alex Golich down there. This is Deshaun Hall. And give me Forrester's mic. Do you know who he picked Auburn over?
Oh, I think Penn State.
I was going to say Miami based on the look, but
I think he's
very
he's
Edgerrin James.
Yeah,
6'5".
Yeah. 6'5", chose the Tigers over Penn State. Hayes Fawcett on 3 says, has a quote for him, says, it just hit different being able to do it in your hometown surrounded with your people.
Okay.
So he's a local kid.
Prattville, I think.
Yep.
Simple math, dollars and cents. I mean, they are spending a hell of a lot of money.
No, there's no doubt.
I mean, where did the influx come?
Well, I mean, I just again,
and
I
this
say
is what
a
you'll
lot.
hear. Will you not hear this from Hugh Freeze, though? Whoever talks to Hugh first,
If they'd have spent like this when I was there,
it will come up.
I said this. I've said this numerous times. The best time to tap into NIL is when you get a new coach replacing a failed coach, because everybody's like, "We've got to get out of this."
Auburn did lose 4-star running back recruit Kingston Miles, who flipped to Missouri. Quick break here. Trash when we come back. This is the next round, brought to you by Bud Light.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. From the gators of the litigation situation, insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Shunnarah Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777 or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Another Auburn commitment, Forrester's telling me after I remind you our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama can help you with everything from prostate health to kidney stones and everything in between. It's our friends at UCA. To see everything they offer, urologycentersalabama.com. When it's time to make an appointment at one of their 10 wonderful locations, you can call 205-930-0920. 930-0920, urologycentersalabama.com. For over 70 years, compassionate care with the great folks at Urology Centers of Alabama, taking care of men and women in Central Alabama. Forrester's microphone, please. Forrester, who do you have now?
So in addition to What was the other guy's name? Deshaun Hall. They've also just picked up a commitment from 2027 wide receiver Cedric Simmons from Selma.
How long was I in the bathroom? We just did one last segment.
2 this morning. Golish is busy.
I mean, Lance
stocking up the wide receiver
Lance,
room.
we just talked about it, Lance. It is they are spending money on recruiting. That's the way. I mean, you got to dig out of the hole somehow.
And he picked Auburn over Alabama.
Yeah, well, some people do that, Brooks. I'm told that Alabama's not going to have a big class this time. I've said it a lot. I've been saying it for a few weeks. And there may be a switch from high school recruiting to portal movement going on.
Can I just tell you?
As well.
Golish has got to love this, though. This is what
no
money
doubt.
looks like.
Oh, really? I didn't have this in South Florida. This on the golf course the other day. In the group I'm in, one player brings up, how is Alabama 50 whatever in recruiting, whatever they were at the time. Before I can even say it, the other guy in the group is like, hey, now he's an Alabama fan. We're only graduating 9 people. It's going to be a smaller, Coach DeBoer's even said it. It's going to be a smaller than normal recruiting class. They may lean heavier on the portal. It's only 9 seniors graduating. The response, I don't care. Alabama should never be outside the top 10 in recruiting. And I was like,
the big
that's
debate.
what Kalen DeBoer's facing. Yeah.
I mean, we'll get somebody on to talk about this, but the big debate is, and I think Sarkisian actually has said this before, do you, especially offensive linemen, do you pay to get these big freshman recruits on campus for you to develop them, spend money to develop them for them to go play somewhere else? Or do you spend the money out of the portal?
Yeah, it seems cheap, and I know Bill Snyder used to catch a lot of shit back in the day when he was going to Hutchinson, JUCO, and all the ones around Kansas and bringing in guys that maybe made 10s on their ACTs. And people are like, this seems like a shortcut. That's the way I would do it now. I wouldn't schedule anybody worth the hell out of conference. And I literally would go out and get portal guys. I mean, I would go pay guys that are already proven at this level. Instead of doing exactly what you said, because people are just going to steal them from you.
Let's do trash now. Brought to you every day by our friends at Bud Light. Tyler, man, hit it. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow, did you look?
No, you never look, Brown.
Well, it's Dale Earnhardt. I just wondered.
Look.
I know, a lot. We get this one a lot.
Finding out that Brown would have looked.
No, I did not. I did not say that, Tyler. I just said it was Dale Earnhardt. Like, I just wonder if Jim looked. That's all I asked.
I'm just saying.
You're saying that as if like it's an expected
No,
thing.
I was saying it's Dale Earnhardt Sr. I just didn't know. Like, if ever you were going to look, maybe a Dale Earnhardt Sr. makes the list. That's all I was asking.
Who's on your list?
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
We get that one a lot.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. I think that is his way of saying, can we please pull this back?
We have a lot of good trash opens. I just don't like getting the same one over and over. We get that one a lot, Tyler.
Not as many as you think.
No, we got good ones.
Speaking of Jaws, just brought it up as you guys are giving us your top 5 movies that you've never seen.
I gave mine to Tyler.
Screening of Jaws is being held where it was actually filmed, but you have to get into the water if you want to enjoy it. Now, last year, Jaws celebrated its 50th anniversary, and naturally, movie buffs went wild for it. Handful of documentaries about its success were aired. Plenty of cinemas across the globe put on special screenings, being set in New England, in the fictional town of Amity Island. Plenty of fans traveled to the region to pay homage to Steven Spielberg's movie as well. Now, they've seen plenty of unique screenings happen in Martha's Vineyard region, especially in Tisbury, where it was actually filmed. Now, this summer, one of the most unique screenings to date is set to happen where fans will be told to get into the water if they want to watch it, just like Mayor Larry Vaughn pronounced, quote, "It's a beautiful day, the beaches are open, and the people are having a wonderful time." Now, as per Travel Pirates, the screening will take place July 11th, coincide with the culmination of Shark Week on Discovery. It's a one-off event, and tickets have pretty much sold out through Visit Martha's Vineyard. The only way you can get involved with Special Jaws on Amity Island screening is buying a VIP ticket for $250 per person. This gets you VIP seating as well as plenty of local food and drink, and even a souvenir floaty while you sit back and enjoy the hunt for Jaws.
How long is Jaws?
The movie?
Yeah.
2 hours, right at.
That's a long time to sit with your butt in the water like that.
I've done it in the pool multiple times. We've had the screenings, and it's fun.
Yeah, didn't your neighbor get mad once because how loud you had it?
Well, actually, I told that story yesterday. Our buddy Mick came by. We had some afternoon cocktails at the pool, and I was telling him the story. Now, when I say it out loud, it does sound a little worse because it was like midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah, I didn't know that aspect of it. I thought this was like 7 o'clock at night.
No, now we've had some 7 o'clock situations, but this one was a little bit later.
Yeah, it is. I probably would have been upset. Well, it would have awakened me, but
that is true.
Yeah, I'd have slept right through it.
A man from Florida has been accused of trying to steal a medical helicopter after he crashed his truck onto a highway. Riley Ferrara, 28 years old, driving his truck on I-75 near Tampa when he veered off the road, slammed into another vehicle, which flipped over in the woods beside the road. Now, 2 people inside of the vehicle seriously injured, necessitating a Bayflight medical helicopter, which landed on the highway shortly after it was closed. Once the crash victims had been strapped into the helicopter, Ferrara reportedly rushed past the first responders and tried to fly away in the helicopter. His attempt foiled. As per Fox 13 News, Ferrara told law enforcement that he had seen the Antichrist in the moments prior to the crash.
How did he know?
He was taken to Tampa General Hospital, but had to be physically escorted inside by authorities, as well as forcibly made to stay seated. He was then cleared of medical issues and transferred to a detention center where he continued to resist officers. He has been charged with 4 different counts.
Not that I want to steal anything ever, but if I'm going to steal a mode of transportation, helicopters are going to be quite low on the list. First of all, you're going to be easy to spot.
Does he have some Kevin Love to him, Lance?
A little bit like Bradley Cooper and Kevin Love had a kid.
Okay.
That's a great call.
Yeah, I can see that.
But if you're trying to get away from the Antichrist, helicopter's probably the best move.
I mean, yeah, Tyler, that's going to be a good mode to get away from the Antichrist. I agree.
mean, you don't want to get stuck in traffic.
Yeah, you do not. Antichrist probably pulls right up on your bumper at that point.
That's pretty impressive. This guy could fly a helicopter, though, right?
What do we know he could? How far did he make it?
Record-breaking marlin worth $6 million was caught at a tournament, with researchers being surprised by what they found inside of it. Now, over at the Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament in North Carolina, one group of fishers known as Marlin Fever set a new tournament record mid-June, catching a marlin that weighed in at 919 pounds. Now, it took them 2 hours to catch it. They almost passed on it. The team's humongous fish was almost 300 pounds heavier than the next biggest catch, netting the winning team a payday of $6.5 million.
What do you mean they almost passed on it? You make a choice when you're reeling it in to cut the line or not?
Yeah, I think I would. Maybe we'll get to it here in a sec, but I think you've got a certain time allotment. If they can't get it in time, it's not even worth it. Getting. You remember we went to Ocean City and they had this big tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
it was unbelievable, by the way.
Per WCTI 12, every fish caught at the Blue Rock Blue Marlin Tournament donated to NC State researchers who use it to judge things like the ecosystem change. Now, according to this professor at NC State, he noted one of the fish, quote, yesterday was a wahoo. It was a wahoo in the marlin's stomach. Those are 2 unique things that we haven't seen in the last 24 years looking at the blue marlin. Now, the tournament, which is in its 68th year, will be held again next year, where Buckle, the professor, noted, quote, it would go back to what we've seen prior, and there would not be big surprises in what the fish eat. Now, Marlin's Fever catch was totally legitimate, didn't spark controversy like other fishing tournaments where fishers have been accused of putting weights in their fish so they tip the scale.
I've seen that TikTok where those 2 old boys that are bass fishermen, you've seen it?
Yeah.
And they're just standing there, and the weight's starting to fall out or something. I can't remember exactly how they got caught. And then they start slicing every one of them, and they all got weights in them.
How piss hammered do you think?
They are pissed.
There's a bunch of fraternity guys. I mean, how making $6.5 million on a fishing outlet? I mean, I bet they partied last night. And finally, hackers breached Brazil's national emergency alert system overnight, June 19th and 20th, sending fake notifications to residents across at least 7 cities with some alerts warning of an imminent alien attack.
I tweeted this on the weekend, the aerial, when they were showing the wind at the U.S. Open, I was thinking UFO every time because they would show it looked like UFOs up on the winds as you're watching the U.S. Open broadcast. It looked just like that.
I do feel like we're trying to desensitize people to UFOs because there's so many reports of this.
Is that the plan, you think?
I think that is the plan, and
Yeah.
I think sooner than later we're going to see something. I really do.
Do you think the government almost encouraged Spielberg to do the movie? Disclosure Day?
The timing is interesting. Tyler, do you have any? I mean, Spielberg is all on board on saying there are aliens out there and there's always been extraterrestrials.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, I'm just saying, do you think there's something with Disclosure Day being released about now? I mean, it seems like
it's a government psyop.
A lot of sci-fi.
That is the theory, that it's a government psyop meant to prepare us for the actual Disclosure Day, which is then being theorized to be a hoax, so that way the governments of the world can get everyone to unite under one new world order as the Earth government to combat the aliens.
Yeah, again, I saw Arrival. I think I brought it up on the show with Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams and Forrest Whitaker last week at some point. I think what you would see is nations going rogue, much like they did in Arrival. I think we'd have a big problem. Yeah, big problem. If we have hostile terrestrials out there, or extraterrestrials. So the unauthorized messages triggered the official extreme alert sound on mobile phones nationwide, which I got a ton of the flash flooding on Saturday.
Boy, I did too. I didn't know we got that many alerts
nonstop
on the flash flood.
I mean, I get it for an Amber Alert. I don't think
tornado warning would be good.
Tornado warning. Yeah.
I mean, I did not realize we got that many. Like, I had several on my phone. I was like, man, I don't know if I've ever gotten a flash flood warning.
According to G1 Globo, residents received a message reading, "Protect yourselves," all caps, "alien attack, people, we have arrived." Now, in Rio, the alert was a little less dramatic, but equally baffling, arriving with spelling errors and reading. It's
gibberish.
Yeah.
You would expect them not to be able to, they would not be good spellers.
I
if
wouldn't
they
think
arrived.
so, yeah. Many of the fraudulent messages contain the word.
My bad, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah.
It was a weird message that was basically like, we're real, we're hostile, and because humans are too dumb.
Yeah,
it's basically what.
Well, that's what everybody's saying.
Misspelled very badly.
That we're not going to be intelligent enough to be able to communicate it all with them. We shall see. I know the guy from Maternal Instinct will not be. They will not take him back to study.
Still need to watch that.
Yeah, that's all.
We'll take your likes and subscriptions though on YouTube when you arrive. That helps us out tremendously.
Yes, download Spotify.
Do you think an alien, if they were pretty suave, do you think they could get an endorsement deal immediately?
Yeah, I think so. You're going to want to try to make friends with them.
Well, I mean, we do know Will Wade will try to recruit them for LSU.
Where did he play, Mars last year?
I mean, Bud Light, if you could send them back to their planet with a bunch of Bud Light.
Yeah. Why not open up that market, right?
That's right. That would be good. That is Trash Today. Final hour brought to you by Champy's Chicken always. We appreciate Sterling and the crew. Get ready for the Americans to play soccer again on Thursday as they wrap up group stage against Turkey. Anyway, you can have great chicken, no turkey, great chicken at Champy's Chicken right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Hey, we'll do a brand new Next Reels. It'll be out tomorrow around noonish, about 24 hours from now, and a lot more as we move throughout the week. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.